effortless. From the first call to delivery, our team supports you every step of the way with next day nationwide delivery. Call us on 9128268 or shop online at michaelmurphysports.ie.
The bold way to start your day.
Highland Radio.
Oh, sure, the crack's building up here now. I was just kind of thinking, you're going to be up in Dublin for a brief while, didn't you? You got a couple of programmes to do. So your suitcase packed?
No, well, we're up on, Gooch's up on Saturday night. Not Gooch, Oshin in the D2 on Sunday. We've a big match brunch live from the Bonning Hotel in Drumcondra, which is loads of people are going to, by the way, which is we're looking forward to.
Jammed to the
Rory
rafters.
Gallagher's going to be singing for us.
How class is that?
I know. Rory Gallagher, Darren Boot, David James, and we're going to be chatting to fans. We're going to be giving stuff away to fans.
So what time's that programme going to be live on? Have you find what time's it?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock
to 1 o'clock.
Right,
and
brilliant.
then we'll just all wander down to Crook Park.
It's a great old days crack. Yes. It's a nice, warm, homely build up to the whole thing, isn't it?
What part of the stand are you in? Or
I'll be standing in front of the television and shouting away, listening to Oisin Kelly. Go on the Kelly! Go on the Murphy. I wish it was, but sure, the crack. But I'm enjoying just even the whole build up and just being part of the whole thing.
I got that sense that you're enjoying the build up.
You can see it. I haven't taken off this top in 16 days or something.
Have you washed it at all?
Huh?
Have you washed that top at all?
No, I have 3 tops. I'm lucky.
Do you?
I do.
Very good. So we're going to continue the build up throughout today, tomorrow as well on the show. Your shows, you're coming into us on the show tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to that.
You're at McCool's.
Yeah, be prepared.
Club and the score tonight.
From Glenswally.
D2 Saturday night.
Jesus, it's all go,
Bonington Monday. Sunday, sorry.
You're the master of interviews, right? Techniques. I'm going to be chatting to. I'm linking in now with Kerry FM or Radio Kerry at 9:15 to the talk host, just the job like you're doing now. He's going to give us a grilling, us 3 boys, over what we did at the weekend or during the week. What way should we play it?
Oh, I don't know. Play it fast and loose.
Fast and loose.
Remember, you're the interviewee, not the interviewer.
I know, so that's going to be a different ball game all the time. But anyway,
you'll fly it.
We'll
don't
hash
worry
it
about
out.
that, Smoocher.
We have a great show, right?
Later. Take care of yourself. Thanks very much indeed. Okay, it is the 9 till noon show here in Highland Radio, and it is 9 o'clock. Let's get a news update and cross over to Studio 2. And waiting there is Michaela Clark.
Thanks, Greg. Good morning. A murder investigation is continuing today in County Fermanagh into the deaths of a mother and her son and daughter. Their bodies were found at a house in Maguire's Bridge yesterday. A man also found at the property is being treated for serious injuries in hospital. The alert was raised when a 999 call was placed from inside the house. Local Sinn Féin MP Pat Cullen says it's a close-knit community.
All the young ones go to school together and all the families socialise together, and that's what local small communities do. So I would imagine that everyone is aware of the family, and their thoughts and prayers will be with them as well.
Hopes are building for a new 60-day ceasefire in Gaza. According to Donald Trump, Israel has met all of the necessary conditions to finalise a truce. Reports from the Middle East suggest Hamas has given its response to the latest Qatari-backed proposal, but that response is unclear. It comes as the World Health Organization warns Gaza faces man-made mass starvation due to an Israeli blockade on aid. Palestinian diplomat Riyad Mansour told the United Nations the situation is desperate.
In Gaza, starved journalists are reporting about starved health and humanitarian personnel, trying to save the lives of starving infants and children and their starving families.
Donegal County Council is being urged to write to the Department of Housing to express concern over the exclusion of the county from a number of key national affordable housing schemes included in the government's Housing for All plan. Councillor Declan Meehan is calling for an urgent review of the eligibility criteria for the Affordable Purchase Scheme and Cost Rental Scheme to ensure it's rolled out in Donegal. The council says it anticipates the forthcoming new National Housing Plan will introduce affordable housing delivery targets for all local authorities, which will ensure the county's inclusion in the Affordable Purchase Scheme. Councillor Meehan says the increase in the cost of renting or buying a home cannot be sustained when supports aren't being made available.
The average cost of rent now in Donegal is just over €1,200. That's up 90% over the past 5 years. So people who are renting in Donegal now have little choice but to pay double what they were paying pre-COVID. And also for purchasing a house now is 63% more expensive than it was pre-COVID. We have the whole of the Midlands and the Western Seaboard currently being locked out of affordable housing schemes and cost rental initiatives.
Fanad's last post office is to close. The Tyrconnell Tribune is reporting today that Ballylar Post Office will close in October because it is no longer viable. The facility has been run by the McElwain family since 1873, but the paper says recent decisions by An Post have reinforced their decision to step away. It's understood An Post will advertise a contract for Fanad. Finally, for weather, a mostly dry day today with some sunny spells and highest temperatures of 18 to 20 degrees. That's all from Highland Radio News for now. We'll be back with news again at 10 o'clock. Until then, good morning.
Make real summer savings at SuperValue. Like SuperValue Fresh Irish Ribeye Steak, save 25%. Signature Taste selected range like pizza and charcuterie, 2 for €8. Scan your Real Rewards card or app and get Coca-Cola 18-pack can selected range from €10. And Cadbury Sharing Bar range now $2.50. Make real summer savings at SuperValue. DRS applies.
And now, it's time for the talk of the Northwest. The 9 to Noon Show with Greg Hughes on Highland Radio.
Hello and a very good morning. You're very welcome along to Thursday's 9 till Noon Show. It's Thursday the 24th of July. It's approaching 5 minutes past 9. And we're here with you for the next 3 hours on this programme. Throughout the day, of course, on station. And we've got loads coming up in the programme. Of course, we're going to keep a strong focus on the big game on Sunday. We're all getting incredibly excited. Just 3 days to go until Donegal take on the Kingdom. Tomorrow's going to be a particularly special day in that regard, though, because we're going Donegal Day. We want you all to play, so everyone's going to be wearing their jerseys into work, their green and gold into work or whatever. We're going to have our flags out. We've already got them out, our bunting out. And as I say, just to get behind it, we're going to be set for Sunday tomorrow. And tickets being given out by clubs throughout the course of the week. I hope you got your tickets. Maybe you got notification last night, or you're going to get a notification later today. It's all very exciting. There's some very happy people out there and others not so. But anyway, there's still hope. And when there's hope, that's what we've got. All right. 086 60 25,000, the WhatsApp and text number for you. And you can give us a call too in 07491 25,000. And Caroline is back from her holidays. So it's great to have Caroline back. Backed up by Shannon, of course, always on the programme. If you want to watch the show, and it's a very visual show, lots to see. If you're at home, working from home on your hollybobs, don't forget we're on the YouTube app, which means you can just watch us on your smart TV or your Fire Stick. Both carry the YouTube app, or your Google device as well, your Google streaming device. That's all sorted as well. You can watch us across Facebook and on the X platform. And what we're looking for you from you today is your voice messages. We want to hear your voice messages, sending your support to, maybe it's the player in your local club, or the team as a whole, or your favourite player, or the manager, or whatever it might be. So send us your WhatsApp voice notes offering your support to Donegal. Be enthusiastic. We'll play them out, and hey, many of the lads, I'm sure, will hear at one point or another. So if you've maybe it's you, yourself, your kids, you and your kids, your family, whatever it might be, send us a voice message with your support for Donegal. Keep it nice and snappy, 10 or 15 seconds, something along those lines. And just along the lines of, well, good luck to the team from everyone listening, or from the McDades or whatever up Donegal. Do you know, that kind of a thing? So get your voice notes into us now, 086 60 25,000 on WhatsApp, with your messages of support for Jim and the lads. And as I say, it could be your local player, the team as a whole, your favourite player, the management, whatever it might be. So send in your voice notes, 086 60 25,000. We'll play them out on the radio. And don't forget to name check yourself, say where you're from, and get the kids involved as well. It'll be a bit of crack. And as I say, they may well reach the ears of the Donegal players and give them that extra little push. Right, the Tyrconnell Tribune out this morning. They're covering the three madmen, Leslie, Lee and Dennis. They, of course, went down to Kerry, invaded Kerry, planted flags. Someone said to me, would they be done for littering? I'm like, come on, lads. It's for charity, and it's the All-Ireland final. Would you settle? But anyway, it's nice to see John and the crew giving them some coverage there on the front page. But the main story is a story that you heard on the news as well, and it is the news that the paper understands that Recent decisions by An Post have increased the urgency to quit by the McIlwain family, whose ancestors first set up the service in Balliar 152 years ago. This is the news, that Balliar Post Office will close for business by the end of October. The office has been in many generations of the McIlwain family since 1873, and it's the last of 8 post offices in the Fanad Peninsula, as rural decline and a lack of government input makes these offices an endangered species. And you know, society's changing, life is changing. Sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's for the worse. But, you know, we're now in at a time whereby an operation which started in 1873, and it's 2025 now, and this is the year that becomes unsustainable because of how An Post Act, what the government are doing, but also too because people are moving out of areas or doing business in a different way. And it stood there in one form or other since 1873, and right now in 2025 we're here reporting that it is to close forever, and these things will never come back. You know, I mean, the services, the contract will go out, they might end up in a shop. I'm not saying the actual services of a post office cease in the area. I'm just saying just a standalone post office. It's been there for hundreds of years, and it's now that society has changed or policies have changed whereby it's gone to never really return. The Derry People Donegal News, it's all Donegal. If you want to sit down and read and flick through papers, pick up the paper. As I say, it's wall-to-wall coverage of the final. The final focus is how they're framing it. The front page is the extended McGettigan family, our great friend and colleague, Seamus, front and centre, but the whole extended family surround him, and they're all decked out in the county colours, and it's a great picture, and it sort of sets the tone for what is in the paper. Lots of features and fun, but also obviously a deep dive into how the game may go tactically and all that kind of stuff. The Derry News this morning, a site inspection of a controversial bonfire in Derry has been carried out. NIE Networks confirmed that it carried out a site visit at Meenan Square after meeting with local stakeholders. The utility company said the bonfire is located within 40 metres of a small low-voltage electricity substation in a brick-built enclosure. Those drones that light up are cool. You know, I think they're even better than fireworks. Do you ever see those drone shows? Maybe that's the way we need to go rather than gathering up pallets and burning them left, right and centre. On to the Nationals now, and all papers covering this tragic story that is coming from Fermanagh. The PSNI is probing a triple murder and attempted suicide as a line of inquiry after 3 people were killed in a shooting in County Fermanagh yesterday morning. Police said 4 people from the same household sustained gunshot wounds at a house on Dromere Road in Maguire's Bridge. 2 people were pronounced dead at the scene, and the 3rd person was taken by the air ambulance to Southwest Acute Hospital in nearby Enniskillen, where they later died. The fatalities include 2 children, 1 boy and 1 girl, and a woman in her 40s. The deceased woman is believed to be originally from the southwest of Ireland. A man remains in a serious condition in Royal Victoria Hospital in Belfast, and if he pulls through, that whole story potentially takes a different turn and becomes a court case and all of that. So have to be careful what to say, what one might say, but it's how could anyone be involved in such a thing? You know, any death is tragic, but 2 kids, you can't even imagine what it must have been like. You can't allow yourself to do so. It's great, really, what's going on. If you want to see how politics works, follow the VAT story, follow the hospitality VAT cut story, because the government came out first and foremost and says, and it was they that actually committed to a reduction in the VAT rate. So they came out last week and said, yeah, of course we're going to follow through in that commitment. We said we would. It's in the programme for government. We're going to lower the VAT rate to 9%, but we only have 1.5 billion to play with, so that's going to cost $1 billion, but we'll do it because we committed to do it. That'll cost $1 billion, which means there's only going to be $500 million then to sort of give maybe some help out to the general population. But we committed to it and we're going to do it. Well, maybe not, because they said that, and then next thing you know, there's a public backlash to their own plan. And the public is saying, hold on a second, what's going on here? Where's our tax cuts? Why are these businesses that we've been talking about gouging and all that kind of stuff in the past, why are they getting a bailout? All right. Okay. Well, with that in mind and given your reaction, maybe we might need to defer it then to next year so that we can have a sort of better budget for the general population this year. Okay, says the public. That sounds like a good idea. The hospitality sector can't say much because it's not the government they have to take issue with now. It's the public backlash to the government committing to fulfill their promises. And this is it. This is the circus. This is the kite flying. And we talked about it being a bit of a kite flying exercise. And now here we are. I don't think that's certainly not an anti-government approach. They have to, follow the wind to some extent. But it just goes to show how things can kind of work. And we flagged it for you on this show. Well, anyway, I'll read on the Irish Times. The government is likely to delay the VAT cut for the hospitality industry until the middle of next year, creating more room for tax cuts in budget 2026. It's also possible that the lower VAT rate of 9% will be extended only to hospitality. That means food and drink in bars, restaurants and hotels, and not to accommodation, which I think was another thing that we flagged on this show, that people might not be happy that their tax dollar would be going to businesses that have been accused of, very recently in fact, of sort of gouging around big events, etc. Well, the tax strategy paper due to be published today, which will inform the budget process underway within government. They're expected to say that such a separation would be complicated but not impossible. Senior politician sources involved in discussions on the same stressed it would be possible if complex. So I'm not saying it's by design, but we could find ourselves in a situation whereby the government lets down, that made a commitment to support the hospitality sector as a whole, but lets it down because that's the will of the people. And maybe those in the hospitality sector might feel, and who maybe said, right, vote for this government because they're going to do this, might feel a little bit hard done by. Right, you know it yourself, don't you? When you go and do your weekly shop, the prices have increased, and it's not in just one area. It's the trickle. It's the 20 items, and it's a €1, €2 in each item that is that's gone up. Well, the Irish Daily Mail has the figures here, and just to give you some example. 2 litres of milk last year was $2.20. It's up to $2.47 now. So that's up 12%. That's a big jump. Your pack of Irish cheddar was $10.39 last year. It's now up 11. It's up to €11.34. That's up 9%. Sliced brown bread has gone up 5 cents. Butter per pound has gone up €1.10. That's up 29%. A pint of stout is up 27 cents, up 4.7%. Broccoli, for example, up 17% now to $3.53. Your 80 tea bags, they've gone from $3.16 to $3.33, up 17%. Sorry, up 5.4%. That's 17 cents. Fresh cod, well, that's increased by 11%, up €2.22 in a year. And your sirloin steak, that's jumped from $17.26 to $22.12. Now, these aren't individual steaks. I know you might say, well, I can go in and get 2 for $9. They're using just an average weight and all that. So that goes to show that you're not losing your mind, that the cost of shopping has gone up. Food prices continue to rise. The figures are revealed in a Central Statistics Office study of 36 countries comparing food prices across the continent. The nations included the 27 EU member states and 9 others. And Irish food prices are the second most expensive in the Eurozone. We're only behind Luxembourg. Why? Why are the prices going up? Romania was the least expensive of the EU countries, while Slovakia was the least expensive of the 20 European countries. So the prices have gone absolutely nuts. And as I say, you stick 25 on per week or other week, multiply that over the course of the year, and you can see why we're struggling. The Irish Farmers Journal, Minister for Agriculture Martin Hayden has stated that he has a glass-half-full outlook on European Commission proposals to cut ring-fenced farmers' funds by 20%. The minister is confident, facing into negotiations, that he hopes will push CAP's dedicated funding upwards. Very significant changes will be made to the ring-fenced €300 billion initially proposed for CAP funding over the next 2 years, and similar raids of the EU farm payment pot did not materialise in previous CAP reforms, Minister Hayden told the Irish Farmers Journal. Riding a bike's dangerous statistically, we know that, and 105 motorcyclists have been killed on our roads in 5 years. And it's been described in the Irish Daily Star as a sobering new report. The Motorcyclist Spotlight report, fatalities and serious injuries, and I think that latter part's really important. 2020 to 2024 reveals that 105 motorcyclists lost their lives and 884 were seriously injured during the 5-year period, accounting for 14% of all road fatalities and 12% of serious injuries. Based on and that's overrepresented. I can't believe that motorcyclists would account for 12% or 14% of vehicles on the road. Well, based on Irish collision data, the report shows that young to middle-aged men remain the most vulnerable, with 65% of motorcyclist fatalities aged 16 to 46 and 100% of fatalities being male. The majority of serious injuries were male, 93%, and 82% were aged 16 to 55. It's worrying, isn't it? Back to food now, and one person has died after contracting a rare bacterial infection, sparking a major food recall. This is the Irish Sun. The adult was among 9 confirmed cases of listeriosis. I don't have a clue. I was able to pronounce it off air and now I can't. Well, it's an infection usually suffered after eating contaminated food in Ireland as of Tuesday, July 22. The HSE's Health Protection Surveillance Centre last night announced it was probing the death. Listeriosis is caused by the bacterium Listeria and is a notifiable disease in Ireland, meaning medical practitioners are required to tell public health bosses if a new case comes to their attention. And finally, a jury was struggling to come up with a decision as it relates to a former All-Ireland star. He was charged with assaulting a boy with a stick. They struggled to come up to a decision, but in the end, they cleared him. At Ennis Circuit Court, the jury of 7 men and 5 women returned a majority not guilty verdict in the charges against 48-year-old Niall Gilligan. The All-Ireland winner had denied he assaulted, causing harm of the then 12-year-old boy with a stick at the Jamaica Inn Hostel, 6 Mile Bridge, County Clare, on October 5th, 23. Mr. Gilligan sat impassively in the court as the registrar read out the verdicts. 2 women in the Gilligan family group seated at the back of the court to support the defendant wept as the not guilty verdicts were called. So I think I might have read something about that case previously, so just feel it only fair to read out the conclusion of it. Okay. That was a run through the papers. Our first guests will be joining us shortly. Just a reminder for you, if you want to send in your voice note supporting maybe your local player, the team as a whole, Jim McGuinness, all of them for that matter, send them in to us now. Say who you are, where you're from, get the kids involved, get your work colleagues involved, whatever it might be. Send in your WhatsApp voice notes to 08660 25000. We'd love to hear your support for the Donegal team today. And listen, if the odd Kerry one sneaks in, we're not going to be too offended either. All right, let's take that break.
Daily newspapers are courtesy of Cosgrove, Centra and Diner, Mountaintop, Letterkenny.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, offering low-rate car loans with fast approval. Apply online at letterkennycu.ie or in office today.
The McElhinney Summer Sale is now on with incredible savings on all your favourite designer brands. Enjoy up to 50% off fashion, footwear, accessories, homeware and more with unmissable offers in every department. Visit us in-store in Ballybuffet or shop our summer sale online at mcelhinneys.com today.
75 years ago, SEAT set out on a journey to create cars that move people in every sense. From the iconic Ibiza and Leon to the family-friendly Arona and Ateca SUVs, designed with style and practicality for those who expect more. Now to celebrate, you can avail of exclusive offers across the SEAT range at our 252 sales event this June. Find out more at your local SEAT retailer or visit seat.ie. SEAT. Expect more.
Your local SEAT dealer is DMG Motors, Clara Road, Donegal Town. Telephone 074 9721 396.
A legal secretary is required for immediate start in Letterkenny. This is a full-time role, Monday to Friday, with excellent career opportunities. Good communication skills required. Email your CV to mcgnotary@outlook.com.
Wishing the Donegal team all the best this Sunday from everyone at White Oak's Acorn Project at the ESIS Centre. We are backing Jim McGuinness and the team all the way. As you gear up for match day, don't forget to stock up on the good stuff. Fresh organic fruit and vegetables from our farm shop. Open Monday to Friday until 4:30pm. Eat healthy, feel strong and support local. That's White Oak's Acorn Project at the ESIS Centre, F93, F104.
Highland Radio Time Checks brought to you by EirGrid, the operator and developer of Ireland's electricity grid. EirGrid, powering up communities, powering up Ireland. The time is?
The time now is 23 minutes past 9. We're joined on the programme now by Conor Coyle, who's a news reporter with the Irish News. Conor, thanks for your time this morning. It is appreciated.
No problem at all. Thanks for having me on.
Now, we're speaking in the context of this awful tragedy that began to emerge in County Fermanagh yesterday, and the more details that have emerged and do emerge make it even more hard to palate. It's intolerable. It's so tragic. How did we become aware of this news, and how did that news unfold over the course of yesterday, Conor?
Well, I suppose the first inkling that we got of a major incident taking place was a road closure, I suppose, from the police. Quickly, obviously, found out that something serious was happening. Police first received a report at 10 to 8 yesterday morning. I suppose when emergency services arrived at the scene, there was 2 people pronounced dead. Later on, then yesterday afternoon, a third had passed away. We now know that those victims to be a mother and her 2 children, who are in their teens. So yeah, just absolutely horrific and tragic circumstances here.
And of the 4 that were shot, the fourth, the surviving person at this point, is understood to be the main suspect in the other 3 shootings.
Yeah, so police confirmed yesterday 4 people had received gunshot wounds in the house, 3 of whom obviously have now sadly passed away. The 4th person remains in the Royal Victoria Hospital in a serious condition. All 4 were members of the same household. So, yeah, he's in a serious condition at the minute. Police have said they have not made any arrests at this stage, and interestingly say that they do not anticipate any further arrests will be made. So, yeah, they're very much looking at this through the lens of a triple murder and attempted suicide. That was appeared to be their main line of inquiry when they spoke to the media yesterday.
2 local GA clubs are amongst those in the community paying tribute to the mum and her 2 children. They were obviously very intertwined and much loved in the local area.
Absolutely. It's my understanding that the mother was originally from County Clare and had moved to the area some time ago. Was very involved in the local hurling club in particular, and both kids had been members of that and active playing members. So yeah, both St Patrick's Hurling Club in Lisbolaw and St Mary's Maguire's Bridge Football Club have confirmed that they were beloved members of the clubs and will be desperately missed. And I think that was the overarching thing really that we got a sense of from the scene and all across Fermanagh yesterday. People are struggling to come to terms with how something so cruel and horrific could have taken place there in such a quiet, rural location.
It's unbelievable, and the ripple effect, the impact of it is felt so widely. I think we've all been touched by the level of tragedy. One can only imagine what the family of the 3 victims must be going through since they found out the news today, and for a long time to come.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, as I said, we understand the mother's family are based in County Clare, so that will be no doubt an added difficulty for them. Not being close, I'm sure they will be making arrangements to come up here. But it's just particularly tragic given those circumstances. And that was just the overriding feeling. We expect to get more updates from the PSNI today as regards the investigation specifically.
All right, okay, and I think people will be keen to sort of get maybe a medical update on the person in hospital too.
Yeah, I mean, it's my understanding that he is, in a particularly serious condition. So, who knows at this stage whether he will be well enough at any stage to face a potential arrest. It's too early to say that at this stage. So I don't want to preempt any investigation from the PSNI either at this stage. But they've said quite clearly that they don't anticipate any further arrests, which obviously is quite an interesting line.
Yeah, indeed, and it's telling. Thank you so much, Conor. That's Conor Coyle, news reporter with the Irish News, and the victims of that shooting have been named locally as veterinary surgeon Vanessa White, who died alongside her teenaged children Sarah and James. And our thoughts and prayers are with them and their families and the wider community, the local community and the wider community as well. It is an incredibly tragic situation.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union. Simplify your debts with a debt consolidation loan from Letterkenny Credit Union. Call us on 074 910 2126 or apply online via our app or in office today.
Highland Radio's Road to Croker continues on the morning of the All-Ireland final in Dublin. Join me, Greg Hughes, for a big match brunch show live from the Bonington Hotel in Drumcondra from 11am to 1pm. Fuel up for the big game, get your breakfast, which can be pre-booked at highlandradio.com, and join our broadcast with live music, giveaways and the views of you, the Donegal fans. That's our big match brunch show, the morning of the big game, live from Dublin, 11am. Highland Radio's Road to Croker is an association with Highland Motors Letterkenny and the all-new Dacia Duster from just €199 per month. Refreshed looks, sophisticated yet practical and tough, now also available in hybrid.
Half-price broadband is still on in the Virgin Media Playhouse. We're extending our half-price offer on all our broadband speeds. That's lightning fast connection from just €35 a month, locked in for 12 months with no activation fee. Why wait? Enjoy speeds from 500 megs to 5 gigs right now. All for half price. Available nationwide. See virginmedia.ie. Virgin Media. It's playtime.
Subject to location and availability. New customers only, €35 per month for 12 months for 500 meg broadband. Half price on 12-month broadband contracts only and based on after offer prices for all speeds. Offer ends August 13th. T's and C's apply. See virginmedia.ie.
Thinking of changing your floors? Why not see what Floor at Letterkenny has to offer? Floor at have a large selection of solid, semi-solid and laminate click vinyl wood flooring together with a fantastic choice of parquet, herringbone flooring, all at incredible value. Don't delay. Call Floor at today on 087 161 7008.
If you're in Dublin for Donegal's All-Ireland final, make your way to D2 at the Harcourt Hotel, Harcourt Street. Donegal's home away from home, with fantastic entertainment, including Rory Gallagher of Jimmy's Winning Matches on Saturday night the 26th and Sunday evening the 27th after the game, exclusively live at the D2, with support by Donegal's very own Duck Street Jam Band. Experience the best big match atmosphere all weekend long at D2 the Harcourt Hotel.
Join David James and the Highland Radio Outside broadcast team this Friday from 2:30 till 5pm. Coming live from the Inishowen Credit Union in Carndonagh. Inishowen Credit Union are holding a Members Appreciation Day and want to show just how much they appreciate their wonderful members and their incredible community. Tune in this Friday to Highland Radio and help Inishowen Credit Union celebrate their amazing members and surrounding community.
A caller says it's great to be celebrating this achievement, but I really think there should be a protest 2 hours before the game about a salary for this team. The manager's getting paid. Why not the actual people who play the game? It's an interesting point. It's up for discussion at the moment this year, so there's a process ongoing to see the direction of the game. And I think everyone, even those directly involved in the game and playing the game, would have their views, and they wouldn't be necessarily unanimous in relation to that. this is an institution that's been run a certain way for a long time in a certain fashion. It's the envy of the world that people put so much on the line for the love of their club, the love of their county, the love of the jersey. And there's people far better informed than I debating this year, and they are going to see what the plan is going forward. But as I say, I haven't heard massive rumblings from players saying that this is necessarily the way it should be. I don't know what their views are, but we'll see. Hotels in Dublin are very greedy. They need to be called out on hotel prices for a night over €300. It's a disgrace. What day of the week? Oh, I'm not saying they don't, but yeah, I hear you. Can somebody please come on and explain why children in clubs have not received All-Ireland tickets? These children are also club members. If this was any other organisation, there would be uproar. But I was reading a piece from Chris McNulty, it was yesterday, and he was breaking down the actual ticket allocations that are available. I don't have it off the top of my head, it's like 12,000 for sponsors. The capacity, say 82, 12,000 for sponsors, another 10 for such and such. And really what it breaks down to is 40 or 50,000 tickets are available just for, Kerry and Donegal in this instance. And that's not really going to meet demand, is it? Every club in the country, for right or wrong, are entitled to, 4 or 5 or 6 tickets as well. So that's another, I think it was 20,000 he equated that to. So there's big demands, and really when you break it down and you strip it all out, there's actually a relatively small number of tickets to satisfy massive need and want in both counties. Both counties arguing over 40,000 tickets effectively, and some suggestion too that maybe some clubs didn't necessarily correctly apply for the tickets and potentially lost out on an allocation for some of their members. Right, hi there. My name is Margaret O'Donoghue, originally from Fermanagh, married to a Kerry man from Listowel, living in Clonmel, County Tip. Tried ringing in this morning, but no success. Donegal are going to show Kerry how it's done on Sunday. Dununal Labu. We're celebrating in Tipperary because of our big win last Sunday. We've a selection of flags flying in our garden. Kerry, Donegal and Tipperary flags all flying high. Well done, Margaret. That's a good mix in that household, no doubt about that. Kerry, Donegal and Tipperary flags, and 2 out of 3 of them, and we hope it's the Tip and Donegal flags, will be spot on come Monday morning. That being said, it's a remarkable achievement what the lads have done, and I'm certainly not preparing for failure because that would be not very advisable, but it is already an amazing season they've given us, and we just hope they can finish it off. Hi Greg, how many tickets did the Donegal clubs get, and does that compare with the allocation to other counties? We got, was it I think it's 14,000 or 15,000 when you include the season ticket holders, something along those lines. So that's the breakdown. It's not enough, obviously, but as I mentioned, there are greater demands on tickets for different areas, corporate, etc., former players, refs, etc. So when you break it all down, there's only about 40,000 tickets available for Donegal and for Kerry. Greg, I wanted to highlight something that happened to me recently. I had my 4 young children and I was packing away my shopping. I was parked in a mother and children spot. A woman stopped traffic and started to shout that I was in a disabled spot and that she needed it for her husband. I was trying to get my children in the car and get the groceries in, and she kept shouting that I was being deliberately slow. Thankfully, other women intervened and told her that it was a parent parking spot. I was so upset all evening. My daughter started crying too because we were being shouted at. It's just a horrible experience, and I'm asking people to please be a bit kinder. Indeed, that would be worrying. It would worry me, to be honest with you. I would try and brush it off, but it wouldn't. It would bother me. And everybody has to show a little bit of compassion, but we don't know what that person was going through that day either. Right, now, the BBC has edited the Irish language out of a portion of CMAT's new single. The Dunboyne native released Euro Country on Tuesday evening with the first ever play of the song at 6 p.m. on BBC Radio 1. However, the opening of the song, which features just over 40 seconds of Irish, was not included in the play. Taken to Instagram, CMAT, real name Ciara Mary Alice Thompson, confirmed that she was not aware of the move prior to the first play. I just want to say really quickly that it was not my decision to have the Irish language edited out of the first ever play of Euro Country on radio. Laura Heaney is an Irish language activist. She's a presenter on TG Cahir and an actress and Ross Narun as well. So pretty quiet, generally speaking. No, she's flat out. Laura, good morning to you. How are you keeping?
Hello, Greg. How are you? Imagine why.
Imagine why. I suppose, this was a great opportunity maybe to sort of get our language on a big platform and celebrate it. We're not trying to convert anyone, don't get me wrong. And the BBC decided to chop it out. What's your reaction to it?
Yeah, so the BBC has actually denied editing the Irish out of the single, and that I wouldn't be one now that's full-time stand up for the BBC, but that would corroborate the stories of other radio broadcasters because they all seem to have received the version of the CMAT song that has the first 45 seconds of the Gaelic cut out. And then that does lead us down a different avenue of, respect for the language and respect for the Irish and culture, but it does seem to be that the record label cut it out. So it's a 5-minute song and the first 45 seconds of which are in the Irish language. And when the song made its radio debut on the BBC, the aforementioned 45 seconds were cut out.
So we'll give the BBC a pass on this. They received an edited copy. I mean, I wonder were the record company sort of trying to make it shorter, or did they cut the Irish out to make it more radio friendly? The one thing is happening here is, firstly, we are actually talking about the Irish language again and CMAT's new single, so not all is lost here, but it would make you wonder what's going on.
Absolutely, and regardless of what happened throughout the decision-making process that culminated in the removal of the Irish in the song, it's hard to deny that it ultimately was just an ignorant thing to have happened, because given the history of obviously Britain and Ireland, we are sensitive and protective over the language and culture as it is. So one would assume as well that the significance of that is understood also in England. So there is no argument in that the language is undoubtedly in their peripherals, let alone considering the recent media attention that NECAP has received and been given by the British media. But so it is understandable why people would assume that the whole thing does have a bit of a politically motivated backdrop to it, but yeah.
I just had it in my head that there was someone sitting in a room going, oh, what's she saying? I hope she's not saying something that NECAP might say. Right, listen, let's just cut it out to be on the safe side.
Maybe, but whether the BBC edited the Gaelic out or the record label, fans and enthusiasts did not generally stop to ponder who the culprit was. And it doesn't seem that CMAT did either. She took to her Instagram stories and she said that she knew not whether it was a mistake or what had happened. But yeah, regardless, it has received quite some backlash on social media and mainstream media.
As an activist, and without sort of necessarily us commentating, but we might have to on the context of what's being said or what is this recent sort of conversation about, maybe being proud to be Irish, the inclusion of Irish in songs, some of it's not great publicity, but it's all publicity, right? Do you see that as sort of positive, Laura, and get the conversation out there, the chat going?
Absolutely. I was reading through some of the comments on social media in regards to the headline was BBC cuts out Irish from CMAT song. So I was reading through the comments and there is widespread discontent. And many people, they're commenting, and there's many references to microaggression. There's references to colonial oppression and language suppression, and people are perceiving it to be discriminatory. So the passion and the engagement that is receiving is, it does come from a place of passion and engagement with the language. So that is definitely, you can hold up a positive light to it in that sense.
Yeah, and people might go, well, what does it matter? Why should we care? And that's those that sort of maybe it's down to colonial times that don't sort of want to say, no, actually, treat us fairly, because you wouldn't do it to a Latin song, or Rosie, one of Rosie's songs. You wouldn't go, oh, well, that's a bit, is that Japanese, Chinese? I don't know, let's cut it out. You know what I mean? It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen to a French artist either. So, we need to have this conversation and say, well, why did it happen to an Irish artist? Because, as I say, other songs wouldn't be chopped up in the same way. I'm pretty confident in relation to that.
Absolutely. Like, let alone is it an insult to the language, it's also not a display of the utmost respect to CMAT herself, you know, by chopping out a chunk of her song that presumably she worked very hard on, and she wasn't informed either. It's clear by her response to the situation that she didn't know that it was being cut out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as I say, it's got the conversation going. It's got you back on the 9 till noon show, so it's all good. Is the song any good? I haven't heard it.
It's a brilliant song, yeah,
Honest?
absolutely.
Right.
It's a fantastic song, and it already took off upon release. So it was released on Tuesday, and the song reflects the financial crisis following the downfall of the Celtic Tiger, and then the hardships that followed. So it very quickly gained traction on the internet, and people really seemed to connect with that message and the political message within the song. So it certainly resonated with a lot of demographics.
Yeah, and I saw her name on the Glastonbury lineup as well, and I think she's got a big gig coming up in Dublin too later this year. So it's all going in the right direction for her, and I'm sure she'll use this to her advantage as well, and to promote the language, as you do, Laura, at every opportunity. Thanks for that. Lovely to chat to you. Slán, thank you very much. Okay, Mayhew, that's Laura Heaney there, who is Irish language activist. She's a presenter on TG Cahir and also an actress on Rosnarin. Right, so I want to let you know that on Sunday morning, I kind of mentioned this a little earlier on, but I haven't really gone through this and sort of described it properly, believe it or not, but everything's been so bloomin' busy. So as part of our build-up to the big game, the final fling really on the radio before we hand over the commentary teams and all that is our big match brunch. It's live from the Bonington Hotel in Drumcondra. It's on Sunday morning. It's part of our Road to Croker. Now, we'll be building up to the throw-in with live music from Rory Gallagher, Jimmy Winning Matches fame, of course, so anyone there is going to be expected to join in for the chorus at least. Darren Boot, he's cracked out a brilliant song as well. He's going to be performing with us, and David James is going to be there as well, and we'll be chatting to you, the fans, and there's going to be giveaways, and it's going to be great fun. And as I say, then what we'll do is we'll have our breakfast and then we'll all head down towards Croke Park. So come along and fuel up ahead of the game. Pre-book your all-you-can-eat breakfast now for €20. And the advantage of pre-booking at highlandradio.com, if you do so, you'll be in with a chance of winning an overnight stay at Bonington in Dublin. Now, you can come along to the show and not have breakfast. You can come along to the show and pay your €20 there for the breakfast. It's not for me or the show. It's for their breakfast, right? But you won't have that chance to win the overnight stay in the Bonington. If you book in advance for €20 at highlandradio.com, you're in that competition. So that's our big match brunch show. The morning of the big game, live from Dublin, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Bonington. Highland Motors, Road to Croker, Highland Radio's Road to Croker, I beg your pardon. Highland Motors Road to Croker, Highland Radio's Road to Croker, is in association with Highland Motors Letterkenny. I'm mixing that up. So we're doing it all in association with our friends across the road here, Highland Motors Letterkenny.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union. Digital loans now available. Apply online or via our app today and get your loan transferred directly to your current account.
Plan something new at the start of the year? Well, who hasn't? Now's your second chance with the 252 registrations at iMotors. Take the wheel of the iconic Qashqai, the bold X-Trail, the sporty Juke, or go electric with the stunning Nissan Ariya. They're here and they're waiting for you. Visit imotors.ie today.
iMotors, fearless generation.
Donegal have made it to the All-Ireland final, and at Louis Walsh Opticians, they're so excited. To celebrate, they're offering free eye tests all this week. Yes, free eye tests all week. Book now on 9121,000 or call into Louis Walsh Opticians in the Courtyard Shopping Centre, Letterkenny. Some terms and conditions apply. Best of luck to Jim and the boys on Sunday from everyone at Louis Walsh Opticians, your local family-run opticians.
Ready for a summer of play? A summer-filled series of family feel-good get-togethers in the historic houses and gorgeous gardens of the National Trust. Enter a medieval masterpiece at Castle Ward. Choose your own adventure at majestic Mount Stewart. Make a beeline for Florence Court's 20th anniversary honey show. Enjoy lazy lawn games at Rowallan Garden. Take a beautiful boat trip on Blackwater River at the Argery. Or tee off at the Giant's Causeway. Ready for a summer of play? Search National Trust NI.
The Easy Living Furniture Spectacular Summer Sale ends this Sunday. Everything's reduced in store and online with hundreds of sale specials across all departments, including sofa, dining, bedroom, mattresses, home accessories and garden furniture. And if that's not enough, we're offering free delivery on all orders over £499. Hurry, our spectacular summer sale ends this Sunday. Only at Easy Living Furniture, Crescent Link Retail Park, Derry, Londonderry.
Looking at the Kia Sportage? Call to Heron Auto Donegal, where for just €1,500 more than the diesel model, you can upgrade to a hybrid automatic with a bigger boot, spare wheel option and finance from just 3.9%. Drive smarter, drive further and drive with confidence with Heron Auto Donegal Town, your trusted Kia main dealer. Book your test drive today at Heron Auto or visit heronauto.ie.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhenney's. Find amazing savings across our departments with up to 50% off your favourite brands in our summer sale. Discover more in-store or shop online at mcelhenneys.com today.
It's going to be mostly dry today with areas of cloud and some sunny spells. A few showers may develop during the day, but they'll be very few and far between, and towards evening it'll become overcast. Temperatures 18 to 20 degrees. Now, next item is to warn you, but not to worry you, because we have the most amazing beaches. But there is a little trend, a medical trend being spotted, and we want to let you or make you aware of that. And we're joined by Dr. Repo Singh, who's of the Letterkenny Medics Private Clinic. Good morning, Doctor. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and it is great to have you on the show. Right, so what are you seeing in your clinic off the back of beach visits?
Well, yes, it's not about back of beach. Actually, Greg, we had seen few cases recent days that infection due to the people that they visit to the beaches, they get the cuts there and they just ignore it and get proper infections on that wounds.
So these are these bites? Are they blisters? Are they cuts?
No. What happened is somebody had a small cut and just ignored it, and they enter in the water, and unfortunately that water was contaminated, and that's how they get the bacteria into that.
Okay, so if any break in the skin, and then if you enter the water, potentially there is a risk of infection, and to keep an eye on it.
Yes, so far I don't want to scare anyone because we have a beautiful beaches, like you said. And most of the beaches in Ireland are beautiful, and regarding the EPA rules and everything, the water there is monitored and the quality is high, good quality of water there. But sometimes happen, after the heavy rain of 48 hours and something, some bacteria and all those things because of the overflow of the farm and the sewages from the towns contains the bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
And when that bacteria, somebody supposedly got the cut on the beach and in the water, and the water is contaminated because of that, can get easily the cellulitis. Cellulitis and can be treated easily, no doubt. But sometimes what happened is there's a bacteria, this marine bacteria. Okay. So if there is any boil or any skin break and we enter into the water, that bacteria can easily enter into our system through that skin break. And that's what we had seen few cases in recent days.
So what should we look out for? So I mean, obviously, are you saying that if you stand on a shell or something or scrape your arm, you should avoid the water, or just enjoy the water but keep your eye out on some symptoms? What's your advice?
Yes, enjoy the water and especially follow the 48-hour rule. That after the heavy rain of 48 hours, not to enter into the beach. And if there is any small cut, graze or sores or any skin break, just apply the waterproof bandage. Once we are out of the beach, we need to rinse and thoroughly clean our skin, even if there is no visible issues. Just have to clean. And especially if there is any spot noted, any cut or anything, have to be cleaned properly with antiseptic.
Mm.
Okay, and if there is a rashes or swelling or anything start developing in 1 or 2 days later, then definitely see a doctor.
That would be unusual, wouldn't it? If you had a break in your skin, a scrape on your arm, your foot, your knee, wherever it is, and it starts to react like it shouldn't, there's something going on there. And you're saying, particularly if you've been in seawater, to go and get that checked, because obviously the sooner it's treated, the less likely it is to spread. Is the worst case scenario sepsis or something along those lines?
Yes, worst case scenario is sepsis, but so far because the water quality in the Ireland beaches are good, so most of the things are minor and easily treated.
All right, but don't wait. You're saying get it checked early.
Yes, in 1 or 2 days, if you see that the skin like a small cut, anyone can have a small cut or a small boil or a small skin break, and most of them healed normal without any medical intervention. But if you notice in 1 or 2 days it's getting red, swelling, painful, then it's definitely something happening.
Filling with pus or blistering, I'd imagine. As
Yes,
well. Okay.
yes,
Right,
yes.
well, you can go to your local GP or walk into Letterkenny Menox as well for an assessment, and your advice is to do so. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you, Greg. Have a good day.
Take care. Bye-bye, you too. That's Dr. Ripu Singh. And as I say, don't avoid the water. That's not the message. It's just keep a wee eye out, because they've seen a couple of cases and thought it worth mentioning that after heavy rain or very clean, highly rated water, sometimes there can be some wash off. And what they've seen is some people with breaks in their skin that have become a little bit infected. Enjoy the water, enjoy the sea. Just keep an eye out on it. I don't want to do anything that might discourage people from safely enjoying our wonderful amenities, but it's important to get that info out there as well. We were recently about to pull into a parent and toddler parking space when a van with the company logo all over it pulled into it. As we watched to see if they had a child with them, it was just two workmen going into a cafe for their breakfast. Very poor reflection on the business. More needs to be done to monitor these spaces, indeed, yeah. And you know what I've seen quite a bit of recently, and it really does worry me. I'm sorry to go back towards the sea. It's in the same space. Is our piers and launchways, where obviously the general public use them, but our emergency services, the RNLI, etc., need to launch boats in a panic. And I've seen vehicles parking in yellow boxes around slipways, around piers, etc. And please just don't do it, because they've been designed to allow boats to very quickly get in, turn, back down and launch. And or don't block any slipways, don't park in front of them, even if there isn't a yellow box, because it's very possible that is a launch spot for the RNLI. And more and more people are out enjoying the water, using the water, but they need to be able to be accessed very, very quickly if there is an emergency. And, they are within their rights, the emergency services, to do whatever is required to get that boat launched, be it two cars parked, abreast where they shouldn't, or whatever it might be. The priority there is to get the people rescued, so you could end up with a damaged vehicle as well, potentially. Not that they would do it intentionally or what have you, but just be careful. There's loads of parking, or indeed you can walk a little bit, but respect the spaces. It's all what we're talking about here. A caller says, I've been trying for weeks to get tickets to Billie Eilish for my 14-year-old who's obsessed with her. She's brilliant, Billie Eilish. Is there any chance you could ask listeners if anyone has tickets that I could buy off them, or is anyone in studio, anyone I could contact? Thanks. That comes in from Amanda. In terms of sort of sports tickets and music tickets, there was a time where we kind of had contacts in the industry. Do you know what I mean? And we had really strong contacts that maybe you could pull something off. It's just not like that anymore. The whole system has changed, and those sort of connections and links just aren't there anymore. But maybe someone can't go to the Billie Eilish concert and they have a couple of tickets spare to sell. This 14-year-old's living and dying to go, a chance to see her idol up close and personal. And Billie Eilish is very good, I think. Ed Sheeran has a new song out with a foreign language in it, but it hasn't been edited out. Maybe radio stations are a bit prejudiced towards the Irish language. Yeah, well, it makes you wonder, because it was ultimately the record company that cut it out. We don't know why they did. Still looking. Greg, how many Donegal games did you go to this year? Caroline, are you trying to... I'm here trying to promote the game, to promote the atmosphere, and you're trying to take me down by handing me texts like that. I'm not. Who says I'm on the bandwagon? I do GA every Monday morning with Brendan Devaney. I go to local club games. I've got a toddler. It can be hard to get to the senior games. I'm going down to work in Dublin. What am I supposed to not go down to the Bonington and do the show because I've not attended as many games as other people? I'm not getting defended, but come on. She's only back one day and she's trying to throw me under the bus. Right, send your voice messages in. Not one of you have yet, or very few of you anyway. Do you not want to support the team? We want to get the voice messages to the lads. WhatsApp 086 60 25 000 and send your love and support to your local player, the team, the manager, whatever it might be. Voice notes 086 60 25 000. There's 80 odd thousand of you listening, another 1,000 watching. Come on, let's get your act together.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, with monster loans available up to €60,000 for all occasions. Visit letterkennycu.ie.
Highland Radio's Road to Croker continues on the morning of the All-Ireland final in Dublin. Join me, Greg Hughes, for a big match brunch show live from the Bonington Hotel in Drumcondra from 11am to 1pm. Fuel up for the big game, get your breakfast, which can be pre-booked at highlandradio.com, and join our broadcast with live music, giveaways and the views of you, the Donegal fans. That's our big match brunch show, the morning of the big game, live from Dublin, 11am. Highland Radio's Road to Croker is in association with Highland Motors Letterkenny and the all-new Renault Symbios. Affordable, luxury driving with high-tech from only €249 per month.
The Adrenaline Stunt Circus comes to Letterkenny Kiltoy Roundabout on the 2nd and 3rd of August at 2pm, featuring our Ride Pro FMX team, 3 monster trucks, War Machine, the Sheriff and Uncle Sam, and lots more. Visit Daredevil Entertainment Presents Adrenaline on Facebook and get tickets on eventbrite.com. Don't miss out.
The body is that of a 35-year-old. Significant lesions to the face, particularly the right temple, correlating to the intracranial hemorrhaging observed. Seatbelt abrasions clear across chest and abdomen, broken femur and tibia, right leg. Blood alcohol is over the legal limit. Cause of death, drink driving. Drink and drive, and it could be you on the mortuary slab. A message from the Road Safety Authority. Visit rsa.ie.
This summer, whether you're chasing fashion, food or fun, Letterkenny has it all. From big high street names to great local ones. From cosy cafes to buzzing bars, Letterkenny is the place to be. Brought to you by Shop LK, in association with Letterkenny Chamber of Commerce.
McGowan Hearing, your audiologist experts, now in Letterkenny, Buncrana and Carndonagh. Book your free hearing aid consultation in our clinic or your home across the northwest and beyond with Dara McGowan on 07191 00208. Test drive any 252 new Ford car or commercial now at Hegarty's Ford, Carnamugga, Letterkenny, #1 commercial dealer in the northwest. Hegarty's Ford, Letterkenny, firmly behind Donegal for this Sunday's All-Ireland final.
Live, on air, online and on the Highland Radio app. This is Highland Radio News.
Good morning, I'm Michaela Clark with the news at 10 o'clock. The killings of a woman and her 2 young children in County Fermanagh have been described as devastating. They've been named locally as veterinary surgeon Vanessa White, a native of County Clare, who was in her 40s, and her son James and daughter Sarah. A man who was also found inside the property in Maguire's Bridge yesterday is being treated in hospital for serious injuries. PSNI Superintendent Robert McGowan says they're investigating a suspected murder and attempted suicide.
No arrests have been made at the minute. Obviously, the investigation is in an early stage. It's not anticipated at this stage that any arrests will be made. However, that is a line of inquiry that will be bottomed out by the detectives.
A Donegal County Councillor believes reform is needed to build an all-island national health and care service. Councillor Albert Doherty says cross-border healthcare collaborations already in existence could be built upon to address shared challenges that are experienced within the sector on both sides of the border. Donegal County Council has agreed to write to the Taoiseach, Taoiseach, First and Deputy First Ministers and both Health Ministers to urge them to take the necessary steps to enhance cooperation between health services. Councillor Doherty says it's vital people across the island have equal access to care.
The motion would be to encourage, to enhance the services that are shared already. However, I believe that nationally and with the Executive's consent and the consent of the Irish Government, we should be looking at an all-island service and ensure that there's a level playing field for all of those people seeking access to health services in the island.
There's hope the EU and US could agree on a 15% tariff for European goods. US President Donald Trump has just agreed a trade deal with Japan, and talks between the EU and US are ongoing. He said he will impose a 30% tariff on imports from the EU from August the 1st. Well, Taoiseach Simon Harris says he supports a list of €93 billion in tariff countermeasures to be deployed against the United States. He said the measures would come into effect on August the 7th in the event of no trade deal being reached with the US at the start of next month. The Taoiseach has said €1 billion worth of goods that are of high value to Ireland have been removed from the list. Donegal County Council is being urged to write to the Department of Housing to express concern over the exclusion of the county from a number of key national affordable housing schemes included in the government's Housing for All plan. Councillor Declan Meehan is calling for an urgent review of the eligibility criteria for the Affordable Purchase Scheme and Cost Rental Scheme to ensure it's rolled out in Donegal. The council says it does anticipate the forthcoming new National Housing Plan will introduce affordable housing delivery targets for all local authorities, which will then ensure the county's inclusion in the Affordable Purchase Scheme. Councillor Meehan says the increase in the cost of renting or buying a home cannot be sustained when supports aren't being made available.
The average cost of rent now in Donegal is just over €1,200. That's up 90% over the past 5 years. So people who are renting in Donegal now have little choice but to pay double what they were paying pre-COVID. And also for purchasing a house now is 63% more expensive than it was pre-COVID. We have the whole of the Midlands and the Western Seaboard currently being locked out of affordable housing schemes and cost rental initiatives.
The government is committing to delivering transparency on insurance premium pricing for consumers and businesses. It's launching an action plan today to tackle costs, with 26 actions set out across the departments of Finance, Justice and Enterprise. The plan focuses on 6 key themes: transparency and affordability, competitiveness and availability, fraud, innovation and skills, the climate protection gap and legal reform. Brian Hanley, CEO of the Alliance for Insurance Reform, says the action is badly needed.
The volume of claims and the size of awards has actually been going down, and at a time when insurers are making record profits, it really is unjustifiable and indeed grossly unfair that premiums continue to rise. And so while we welcome the government's new action plan today, I don't think policyholders should be made wait a day longer to see meaningful and sustained reductions to their premiums.
Weather now, a mostly dry day today with some sunny spells. A few showers may develop throughout the day. Highest temperatures of 18 to 20 degrees. That's all from Highland Radio News for now. We'll be back with an update again at 11 o'clock. Until then, you can keep up to date with the latest local news on our website, highlandradio.com. Good morning. The obituary notice says for this Thursday morning, July the 24th. The death has taken place of Bridie Porter, née Conahan, 279 Skeg Cottages, Bridgend. Bridie's remains are reposing at her late residence. Funeral from there tomorrow morning for Requiem Mass at 11 o'clock in St Angus's Church, Burt, followed by interment in Burt Cemetery. Family time from 11 o'clock to 11 o'clock and on the morning of the funeral. Funeral Mass can be viewed on churchservices.tv. Family flowers only, please. Donations if desired to the Donegal Hospice or Medical 3 Ward, Letterkenny University Hospital, care of any family member or Charlie McClafferty, Funeral Director. The death has taken place of James Jim McConalogue, No Head Road, Moff. His remains are reposing in his home, No Head Road, Moff. Funeral from there this morning at 10:30 for 11 o'clock Requiem Mass in the Sacred Heart Church, Moff. Interment afterwards in the adjoining cemetery. The death has taken place of Charles McGee, 38, Woodlawn, Stranorlar, retired member of Garda Síochána. Remains reposing at his late residence in Woodlawn, Stranorlar today from 2 o'clock until Rosary at 9 o'clock for family and friends. Funeral leaving his late residence tomorrow morning at 10:30 for Requiem Mass in the Church of Mary Immaculate, Stranorlar at 11 o'clock. Interment in Drumbo Cemetery. The Requiem Mass will be streamed live via the parish webcam. Donations in lieu of flowers, if so desired, directly to the Donegal Hospice or care of any family member. And the death has taken place of Jerry Caldwell, Main Street, Donegal Town. Funeral Mass this morning at 11 o'clock in St Patrick's Church, Donegal Town, with burial afterwards in Clare Cemetery. House strictly private, please, at all times. For family information and more details regarding wakes and funerals, please go to highlandradio.com.
An ollie tú pinta, Gerald?
Mush óla. Be man an cool vela hoigal bháile.
Tá Seán héis Gerald eáil agus é Gerald tú pinta. Tis aige go le geiste go chara tomáint faoi chiúnach ar an áil. Cheartó rud cinnta rá, nó é scuile haris, ar ríist.
Sláinte cheáin.
Oh, se. Sláinte amhac.
Marín tomáint faoi chiúnach ar an áil daine. Ná ligda de cháirde tomáinte go siad faoi chiúnach ar an áil. Teachtarach don údarás umhaváilteach ar bmhóire. Tuair cuairt ar rsa.ie.
Welcome back. We've got two very talented young people who are going to be in studio with us a little later on in this hour. They've written a song for the weekend that is in it, so we're going to hear them perform a little later on, so stay tuned for that. Right, I have to say, listening to Highland Radio today is fantastic while I'm driving. The buzz, the flags flying high everywhere, and Highland blasting out the Donegal tunes. Well done, Highland Radio. But you see, the thing is, and that's the great thing about local radio, we're all part of the one community, and you're just getting a sense of the excitement that Lee Gooch is feeling, the excitement Oisín Kelly has, and the whole team, everyone right across our programming. Our 14-year-old daughter was out walking our dog meters from her home and was approached by a non-Irish male. He slowed right down beside her. He shouted from the other side of the road, "You want a vape?" She said no. Then he said, "You come with me, you come with me," waving her into the car. The dogs began barking by then, and he drove off. She got some of the car reg and seen it was a white Mazda. She didn't get a pic of the car as the phone in her pocket, and she had a lead in each hand. When she got home, she told her dad, and only when he was asking her did she realise what had happened. They went straight to the guards. She's very shook up about it, as these are the roads she's been walking on all of her life, and it happened outside a neighbourhood house, not a rural road. So just a word to the wise. I understand the Gardaí obviously are taking that approach really quite seriously. Kathleen Grant's in Burt wishing the Donegal team the very best of luck. We'll have the kettle on the boil here in Donegal for the biggest game in Ireland. We want Sam, thank you. Tomorrow's Donegal Day here in Highland Radio. We're all getting set for Sam. We're going to be set for Sam on tomorrow. So as part of Donegal Day, we're all going to be in our county gear or colours as close to them as people can grab. We're going to have some chat about the game, some analysis of the match, some live music and fun as well. So that's tomorrow here on the 9 till noon show between 9 and 12 as the build-up to the big game continues. There's only been three other occasions. This is the fourth occasion where we've got to the All-Ireland final. We've won it twice, of course. Kerry have won it 38 times. You know, maybe they're taking it a little bit more for granted or not. I don't know what the buzz is down there. I'm sure it's great, and I'm not casting any aspersions in that regard. But this doesn't come along very often, and we're on the brink of history. We're on the brink of another massive sporting timeline in people's lives where they watched it, who they were with, the last game they watched with their dad. Who's to say what it might be? It is significant. It's sport, and sport at this level transcends. You know, there's no bandwagons now. This is just pure county pride, and I think it's great if those who aren't everyday GEA fans are saying, right, you know what? I see this one. This is big. I'm going to be tuned in on Sunday. And that's what it is. And that's the joy of sport. And, you know, we have so much in our life that can be worrisome or that we have to worry about. But the worry about sport's good. It's not good for some. There'll be a few squeaky bums and what have you on Sunday. But it's the joy. It's the joy that sport can bring. And we're really looking forward. We're really looking forward to it, and we just hope it goes our way. It'll be massive for the county. There's no doubt about it, because this team, they deserve it. Right, okay. So the Creaslock Community Childcare, they've sent us a voice note supporting the lads. Let's hear what they've got to say. Up Donegal. Well done, kids and teachers. So that's the Creaslock Community Childcare. Can you beat them? Send in your voice notes. You don't have to be part of a group or organisation. It can be you as a grown-up in your work van or you at home with the kids, whatever it might be. Let's see if you can top the Creaslock Community Childcare group. Okay, brilliant. Well done. Amelia and Molly, they're cheering for Donegal. They're in the back of the car. Up Donegal! Well done to you. That was Amelia and Molly cheering for Donegal. As I say, get your voice notes into us so we can share them out there. Get the spirit going as well. Let's see. Who else have I got? I can't find that one from Sharon, but it's there anyway. I'll get it in a sec. 08660 25,000. That's the WhatsApp and text number if you want to send it in to us. Let's see. Is this Sharon?
I want to say best of good wishes to Jim and all the Donegal team on Sunday from Sharon and all the team at Creative Hairdressing in Ardra. We are so excited for Sunday and can't wait till you take Sam back to the hills.
You're quite right, Sharon. I wonder if you've done any half and halves, you know, half yellow, half green. Has anyone come in looking for that haircut yet? Hello to all the crew in beautiful Ardra. So there's some of the voice messages coming in so far. Send in your best wishes to your local player, the team in general, Jim. And we love the Up Donegals and we love the sound of the kids' voices as well. Sadly, Fungi's gone missing now from Dingle. But a caller claims, and I can't really verify this, I can't say whether it's true or not. I've seen Fungi up in Donegal at Lisfannon with the Donegal colours on. He shouted out, "I'm here because the tide has changed, Donegal Aboo." That comes in from a listener from Birmingham, but obviously a good Donegal person. Hi Greg, can we please wish best of luck to our cousins Kieran Moore, our neighbour a few fields over, Sean Patton and my McCool's man Oisín Gallen. So proud of you all, Alan and Tina Moore, Lurgy-Brack. Thanks Greg. Up Donegal. And we're going to be tapping into McCool's on the show tomorrow after 11 o'clock. Lee Gooch is there, so that will be great fun. There's other sport happening as well, by the way. Best wishes to the under-19 Illustrin girls. They're heading to the Foyle Cup on the bus. Please play a Donegal song. Could you wish the best grandmother, Rona McGlynn, a very happy 50th? Lots of hugs and kisses from your godson, Calvin. Another, could you wish my sister, Rona McGlynn, a very happy 50th birthday? Lots of love, this time from Kelly, Aidan and the kids. And best wishes to Patrick McCloskey and Cora Canny, who are getting married today in Iskaheen Muff. Wishing you all the best on your big day. Love from Cora's mummy and daddy. We're so proud of you both. What a lovely, lovely message. Okay, we're going to take a break for the bingo numbers. It is jackpot day. Don't forget, keep your voice note messages for the Donegal team coming into us. WhatsApp 086 60 25,000. 086 60 25,000. And the simple message is...
It's time for Vision Ireland Bingo on Highland Radio.
It's Thursday, the 24th of July, Jackpot Day. You're playing for the jackpot prize of €8,000 on the pink sheet. The reference number is S9, it's game number 30. The jackpot number is 48. This number can come out in any position from the next 10 numbers drawn. And now, here are your daily numbers. 23, 72, 33, 7, 19, 25, 57, 85, 8, and finally 46. Phone your claim to 9104833 before midnight, leaving your name, contact number and the name of the shop where you purchased your book, and we'll call you back the next working day. Get all your Vision Ireland bingo information at highlandradio.com.
If you're aged 59 to 70, we will invite you for a free HSE bowel screening home test. Screening can help find signs of bowel cancer early, before any symptoms show, making it easier to treat.
Hayden prepares for a crucial cap fight. In this week's Irish Farmers Journal, we talk to the Minister and analyse which farm payments are most at risk. As beef prices rebound, how much should you be getting for your cattle? One of Ireland's largest live exporters gives their outlook for the autumn weanling trade. €50 million in acres funding for over 20,000 hill farms. Are drugs rife at the Debs? Irish Country Living investigates. Plus, your chance to win a €30,000 Husqvarna mower. All inside this week's Irish Farmers Journal.
Best of luck to Donegal in the final from all at BizPrint. Free Donegal car stickers are available, so why not pop in for yours? BizPrint, Port Road, Letterkenny, proudly supporting Donegal in the All-Ireland football final.
Don't delay when you get your bowl screening invitation. Call us today on 1-800 45 45 55 or visit bowlscreen.ie. From the HSE.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union, now offering mortgages from €40,000 to €600,000 with no hidden fees or transaction charges. Letterkenny Credit Union, 9102127.
I don't think there's necessarily any malice in it, but there's certainly a lack of consideration in people's parking. I understand people are on holidays. I understand people want to be as close as possible to wherever they're going. But people tend to abandon their vehicles around them, and I think sometimes don't consider that life goes on. People have jobs to do, people have places to go. Bernard McGuinness is manager at Full Coaches in Redcastle. You must see a lot of this. It must be very frustrating, Bernard.
It's just a bit frustrating, all right, Greg. While a lot of our beaches are hard to access in that, and Shrewd Beach down in Inishowen is one perfect example. There's several beaches there, actually. You have the main beach, which has a car park. That would take about 40 cars or so. But once that gets full, people start to abandon the cars on both sides of a very narrow road. And it makes it impossible for our services to complete the routes going to Derry and to Letterkenny.
What do you do in a situation like that? Because we're looking at the picture here, and this was Shrewd Road last night, 8:20. You'd have to be confident to get a SUV through the space here. A bus impossible. What do you do in that situation?
Well, we had a situation last night where one of our services was delayed by an hour and a half because it's like a loop road, if you can imagine what I mean. There's the upper road coming down towards Shrewd, and then you take the lower road in past the golf club back into Greencastle Village. And where there are a couple of access points to the beach on the lower road, that gets blocked up straight away on a sunny day. But last night, which was very strange, at 8:15, our 957 service got blocked completely. Because as he was coming down towards the main Shrewd Beach, there's a small bridge, and 2 or 3 cars decided to actually park on the bridge.
It's actually really
which
quite
made
remarkable.
it completely impossible for us to get through. And never mind us with coaches and that, that's one thing. But if an ambulance came along or a fire brigade in an emergency situation, it just wouldn't get through.
I'm looking, and I'm not giving anyone a pass, and sometimes I can be accused of being a bit soft. Some double yellow lines there or some clear signage might help. I know it seems crazy that you might need to tell people not to park on a bridge opposite a brick wall, not leaving enough space for an ambulance. We shouldn't have to tell people that, right, Bernard? But I'm just wondering, do we need maybe some lining or some signage, or do we just need people to cop themselves on?
Well, a bit of cop on would be a good thing, Greg, to be honest. Foyle Coaches has been running services around that area for 25 years, and the services were greatly enhanced 2 years ago when Local Link came on the scene and basically took it over, and they've increased the services now. There are up to 16 services going around Shrewd in a day, and that was unheard of a few years ago, and the people were looking for it, and now the people have got it. But because of the inconsideration of a very few people from both sides of the border, it's just it can't be serviced. It's impossible for us to do our job, and it's impossible for people to get out. Okay, last night was at 8:20 tonight, so maybe it'll be a bit quieter. But this happens regularly when there's a sunny day during the summer, during the day. And people can't get out to go to appointments in Derry or appointments in Letterkenny or in Buncrana or anywhere,
What do you do in a situation like that?
It's not fair because people don't think.
Do you just have to sit and wait till they come back? Is there a role for the Gardaí? What can the Gardaí, I suppose, do? What do you do in a situation like this?
Well, basically, once we see it now happening, we check the road on a sunny day.
Okay.
We go down and check the road. If we see it happening, we just have to cancel the services. because if a coach goes down there on that narrow road, it simply can't get turned if it has to. It needs to complete the loop. And, with the greatest skill in the world, you cannot put a coach into a small space and get it out again and expect everything to be okay. It simply won't be. And coaches costing 200,000 or 300,000 euro, you don't want to be getting them damaged.
No,
and
you certainly
it's
don't.
just from the point of view of the people of the area, they're not getting the service that they're entitled to because 2 or 3 people decide, oh, I need to be near the access point to the beach. I can't walk 100 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not insignificant. It is really quite significant.
No.
Councillor Martin Farron joins us. Hi, Councillor. Long time no chat, actually, Martin. I hope you're well.
Yeah.
You can relate to what Bernard's on about here.
I can indeed relate to what Bernard's on about there exactly. I had missed a phone call from his last night. I happened to be out, but I agree wholeheartedly with what Bernard's saying there. Excuse me, a bit of a cold. I've already spoken to the senior road engineers in relation to this matter. This is something that's been ongoing now for quite a number of years, and what Bernard's after saying there is quite correct. So what I suggested to senior management, whether this works or not, I don't know. There's a road down there, what we call the middle road in Shrove. And I was suggesting that one side of that road, there's a double yellow line put from the middle road right up to the beach on that side of the road. But, double yellow lines in some cases can be put there and people just ignore them completely, but they would have to be chased up on by the Gardaí to ensure that it's enforced. And whilst we're talking here about buses, and that's very, very important, extremely important, my other concern is if there was an emergency
Bernard referenced that too,
on the beach, then, we would have a serious problem there.
Stay there. I think, Bernard, did you want to say
very,
something
very
about it? One
of the big problems, Greg.
Yeah.
One of the big problems, Greg, is that no one will enforce it. Last year, I rang the council and I rang the guards. The council said, oh, that's a Gardaí problem, you need to ring the guards. The guards say, no, we need permission from the council. So we're left stuck in the middle.
But whilst we're having this conversation on Shrove, I would say there's people in Downings, Rossnowla, Merva, Inver, maybe Mount Charles, Burton Port, all over the place saying, look, people are abandoning their cars close to piers, close to the water, and no one is taking responsibility for their enforcements, Martin.
Yeah, well, what I was suggesting when I spoke to the council in relation to this, that what has to happen, my argument here is that they have to, first of all, they have to put in the double yellow lines. And then they have to work with the Gardaí. It has to be enforced. There's no other way for it, because I would be terribly scared that there would be an accident in that area and that something would happen. It concerns me quite a lot. And the Gardaí and Donegal County Council, the road section of Donegal County Council, would need to come together to ensure that this would be enforced. It can be very difficult, and I understand it. And I agree with what Bernard's saying. One's sort of passing the buck to the other, but this would have to stop. Gardaí and Donegal County Council need to come together in relation to something like this, and I've suggested that to the road section of Donegal County Council, and I intend to follow up on it because it's something that has to be addressed. To be addressed.
Okay, Martin, thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it, Councillor Martin Farron. But the bottom line is here, Bernard, something has to be done, because, we can talk about, it's very important to talk about what might happen in the event of such and such happening, but these are scheduled services that people rely on, that expect to arrive on time. You and your drivers endeavour to do that. And with a regularity, you're having to have like marshals for the rally. You're having to have people to run the course before you even take the bloody bus out. This is part of infrastructure. Right. You would not park 2 cars blocking the main street in Letterkenny, stopping traffic moving. Why should it be allowed and not enforced in Shrove? Everyone deserves equal enforcement.
That's correct. And the people of Inishowen are crying out for years for a bigger, stronger, better bus service, public transport service. And now they've got it, and because of the inconsideration of a few people who don't want to walk 100 yards where they could park on a wider part of the road and walk to the beach, they just won't do it. and now the people are being denied the service that they've looked for years.
Well, look at maybe today we've reached their ears, Bernard, and they'll park a little bit further down the road and not on a blooming bridge. The fact that we have to appeal for people not to park on a bridge, but here we are. Bernard, the one thing I've noticed a bit more now, not a bit more, a lot now in recent years, and it didn't happen once the local link was first started, but local link, I got the local link, I'm getting the local link, sort of becoming part of normal language. The service is sort of bedded in and is established and is starting to be used. I presume, I don't know if you've seen that from the get-go or if you've seen the numbers rise since, but it just seems to sort of be now in the language, if you know what I mean, of how people get around.
Yeah, I think over the last year, maybe 18 months, it has become part of Donegal life.
Yeah.
It's the way that a lot of people get around Donegal. Before this, they might have said, and then Shown would have said Northwest Busways, or in Fermanagh, they might have said Lochswilly. Now, Local Link is the go-to for transport around Letterkenny for those who don't want to use a car. And, it's really, the services have been enhanced so much right across the country, right across the county and across the country. But particularly you see it in Shown, where now we have night services on as well to Letterkenny and Derry. And those have picked up in popularity since they started last year immensely, All
right, Bernard, listen, keep it up. Hopefully the message reaches the right ears. Thank you. Bernard McGuinness, he's a manager at Full Coaches Redcastle, and I listed off some places where you will see this happening just off the top of my head. This caller comes straight in with Culdaff. It's the same in Culdaff. Cars parked on both sides of the road, footpath blocked, families, etc., forced to walk on the road, cars just dumped everywhere. Simple solution, paint yellow lines on the side of the road, signage not working in car parks as they are full of camper vans night and day too. And I just feel that, I'm not saying we as locals don't sometimes abuse the situation. I just feel sometimes when holidaymakers come into an area, they believe that the whole place is one big massive holiday park that you can drive around loaded in, or you can park your car wherever you want, or whatever it might be. I don't know, but you do see some interesting parking trends, if I could put it to you like that. Right, okay. I believe the Coyle cousins are looking forward to the game. Let's see what they have to say.
To the matches, Jimmy's winning games. Jimmy's bringing something back to Donegal again. Up Donegal! Good luck to Donegal this weekend on Sunday from all the Coyle cousins in Fermanagh. Woo!
Tell you, we could have a little radio presenter there. Great radio voice. Well done, boys and girls, or whatever the mix is. Keep your WhatsApp messages of support for the Donegal team coming in. That's a cracker from the Coyles, and we've had some brilliant ones already, and we want to hear more. Keep them coming. WhatsApp 086 60 25,000.
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, offering low-rate car loans with fast approval. Apply online at letterkennycu.ie or in office today.
Mary here from the cosmetic department at McGee's Pharmacy to let you know that Clarence have a great skincare gift available this week. Buy 2 Clarence products, one to be skincare, and you will get a choice of 3 deluxe size essentials from a selection of 10. Which 3 will you choose? This great Clarence offer is available until Saturday the 9th of August or while stocks last, and store and online at mcgees.ie. Remember, for any skincare advice, you can always talk to myself or any staff member here at McGee's Chemist, Main Street, Letterkenny, where the best costs less.
The Hillary's summer sale just got even better. Get up to 50% off hundreds of made-to-measure blinds, curtains and shutters. Plus an extra 10% off everything until the 28th of July. That's 10% off all blinds, 10% off all curtains and 10% off all shutters. With Hillary's, measuring and fitting is always included, and your local advisor is with you every step of the way. Book your free in-home appointment today or visit hillarys.ie. But hurry, this extra 10% off everything ends 28th of July. Conditions apply.
Leisureland Redcastle, open every day all summer long. Perfect for family day trips. Offers excellent value for birthday party packages. For a memorable family experience this summer, visit Leisureland Redcastle. See leisurelandredcastle.ie for more details.
To celebrate All-Ireland Final Week, O'Hare's Bakery are giving you 10% off everything this Thursday to Saturday. Call in to O'Hare's Bakery in Letterkenny, Donegal Town or Ballybofey and enjoy 10% off across the board. It's our way of marking the big weekend. O'Hare's Bakery, fresh, local and proud to support the county.
Donegal contest their first All-Ireland final in 11 years this weekend. Jim McGuinness's side face off with Kerry, knowing one more win will give them the Sam Maguire Cup. Highlands Road to Croker has its final stop at Croke Park on Sunday afternoon, and you can join the Highland team for extensive coverage of the 2025 All-Ireland Senior Football Final in association with Highland Motors Letterkenny. Thinking of a new 252? Check out Highland's great offers on all their award-winning ranges. See highlandmotors.ie.
All right, you're welcome back to the programme. Rory Gallagher, Get in the Bin. David James, in the bin. All your other Donegal songs in the bin, because we've got the next big hit from Lily May and Baveen Carr. Lily May 11. Good morning, Lily May.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Good stuff. I love the way you've teamed your hat with the headphones. It's brilliant. And also we have with us, as I say, Baveen Carr, who is 6. Hi, Baveen. Sorry, 9. Hello, Baveen.
Hi.
Hi, how are you getting on?
Good.
I don't know why someone said you were 6. I was about to say, my word, you're a big one for 6. So you used to me look like two of the biggest Donegal fans going, Baveen. Talk to me through all your posters and your hat and your scarf. How excited are you?
Very excited.
Okay, and have you been to any Donegal games yet this year?
We have been to most of them this year.
But unfortunately, tickets are hard to get for the weekend.
Yeah, we
So
can't get any.
If anyone's got tickets, you would take them, would you?
Yeah.
I know it's a long shot. Lily May, your hat you look like you've stormed the pitch at one game or other, have you? Who signed your hat?
Darrow Wheel and a few other players.
Wow, it's fantastic. Okay, and do you remember what games you were at when you got those signed?
The one in Ballybofey against Louth.
Okay, brilliant stuff. And talk to me about the flags. They're kind of posters, but they're on flag sticks. Talk to me about those, Baveen.
We made them ourselves, and we just got a few pieces of paper and taped them together and got a stick.
They look fantastic. And Lily May, why did you decide to... Is this your own song?
Yeah, this is our own song. We wrote it ourselves because we love Donegal.
And how long have you been working on it?
We've been working on it for a while now.
Okay, brilliant. And Dara's your idol, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
So to get his signature, that's one of his signatures, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that must have been fantastic. It's not just Lily May, it's not just the hats, it's not just the scarves. You've got everything Donegal.
Yeah.
Bedclothes, cushions. And is Dara on all of them?
Yeah, he is.
Did you have to make them yourself?
Well, no, you can get them on Sheen.
But you must upload a picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, can you imagine if Sheen have pictures of Darrell Boyle and Michael Murphy and all that kind of stuff? Okay. Right. So, you have an English version and an Irish version of the song. We haven't got the exclusive on this because, not unfortunately, it's great for you, but you have already stole the show on Radio Nagelta, I'm told, Baveen.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was very good. We did the Irish one and yeah, we did it very good.
Okay, and Lily May, how did you find the whole radio experience?
It was really good. I loved it.
Okay, brilliant. So you're going to do it. It was up to you. We haven't decided because we were talking about Irish and songs a little earlier on. You're going to do the English version for us today, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to play a backing track and we'll see how we get on. Should we do that now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, very excited. You might hear Marie Kearney whispering in the background. Marie Kearney's the aunt. And James as well. Hi, James. Yes. I thought you said you weren't speaking, boy.
Oh, well.
I don't suppose you want to stand behind the girls and wave the flags?
No, I'll be all right.
I'll be all right. Good man. Okay, well, let's see. I'll start the track here and see if the volume's right. Don't start singing yet. We'll just play it and get a sense if the volume's right for you. Is that all right, girls?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Are you happy with the volume?
Yeah.
Right, now. This is the wonderful act that is Baveen Carr, who's 9, and Lily May, who's aged 11. And this is their song for Sunday.
would star a wheel and I play to win. From the hills of Donegal, let the match begin. Boots laced up, heart full of grit. Green and yellow jersey, you know it's lit. I dodge, I dash, I shoot, I score. Crowd goes wild, they want more and more. Beaming in the crowd, life go, Dara go. Donegal thunder, we steal the show. Hands in the air, let the flags all fly. When we play, we reach the sky. Lily in the crowd, like go, Dara go. Donegal thunder, we steal the show. Hands in the air, let the flags all fly. When we play, we reach the sky. I'm beaming in the stands, got a voice like fire. Cheering for the team that'll take us higher. Every pass, every tackle, every goal you see. The Donegal energy, it's coming from me. I wave my flag with a beat in my chest. Donegal fans, yeah, we're the best. From the cliff to the pitch, we're standing tall. Stars on the ball, you give it your all. I'm Lily in the stands, got a voice like fire. Cheering for the team that'll take us higher. Every pass, every tackle, every goal you see. That Donegal energy, it's coming from me. I wave my flag with a beat to my chest. Donegal fans, yeah, we're the best. From the cliffs to the pitch, we're standing tall. Stars on the ball, you'll give it your all. Beaming in the crowd, she's leading the cheer. Dara, oh boy, you'll bring the win right here. With the spirit of the hills and the sea at our side, we wreck Donegal with love and pride. Say Dara will. We rise, we ride, we never fall. Dara's in the ball, beaming's in the crowd. Donegal strong and Donegal proud. Lily in the crowd, she's leading the cheer. Dara O'Boyle, bring the win right here. With the spirit of the hills and the sea at our side, we wreck Donegal with love and pride. Say Dara O'Boyle. We rise, we ride, we never fall. Dara's on the ball, Lily's in the crowd. Donegal strong and Donegal proud. You would star a wheel and I play to win. From the hills of Donegal, let the match begin. Boots laced up, heart full of grit. Green and yellow jersey, you know it's lit. I dodge, I dash, I shoot, I score. Crowd goes wild, they want more and more. It's 13 years since we done it before, but with Dara and his team, we'll be doing it once more. Baby, Lily, Dara Will, up Donegal!
Wow. Okay. I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect that. That was absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. Wow. That was, I think that's Eminem's Lose Yourself too, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah, the backing track. Okay, brilliant. That's brilliant. You know, you're fantastic on your own, but when the two of you go at it too, it's unbelievable. If I wasn't sure that you were a fan of Dara O'Boyle before, I think I do know now. That's has he heard it yet? Do we know? He has, yeah. And Marie, come up to that mic there, you, because you're like one of those the nodding things you put in the car. Come here, aren't they brilliant?
Oh, they're fantastic. Yeah, they're very good. Yeah, we're so proud of them. They're
And,
2 stars.
So they've been on Radio na Gaeltacht. They've hit the big time now here, of course, in Highland. There's been newspaper coverage.
Yeah, there's newspaper coverage today on the Donegal News.
Oh, well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you say Dara's heard it?
Yeah,
What did he
Dara's
say?
heard it.
Do we know?
Oh, he's delighted, and he's promised to visit them when everything settles down.
Oh,
after
fantastic.
Tuesday, probably.
And you're so good, and it's just a shame that you can't get to go and see the game. But fingers crossed, maybe someone might come up with tickets. I don't know. You know, they're like hen's teeth at the moment. Hens don't have teeth, by the way, just in case you don't get the reference. And there was not one mistake in that. Not that I was expecting there to be a mistake. Have you performed before, girls?
Yeah, we have.
And is it always sort of rap based, or do you sing as well?
Both.
Both sing and rap. Well, I really enjoyed that. That was fantastic. And, you know, we were all thinking of that massive song that went viral down the country. And I'll tell you, that was as good as that's as good as I heard. That was absolutely brilliant. Right, okay. Lily May, aged 11. Do you want to say hello to anyone?
I'd like to say hello to my mum and my family.
And what if Dara's listening?
Hello to Dara.
And what about you, baby?
I want to say hello to my family and my mum too, and I want to say hello to Dara as well.
Okay.
And all of the Donegal team.
Well, I'm cutting that song. I'm going to play that on Sunday again. We're down in Dublin for the big match, so I'm definitely going to play that again. That was brilliant. It deserves to be played again. It was really, 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 really good. And hopefully we win. You can rewrite it then.
Yeah.
All right, okay. And the auntie manager, how's Marie looking after you on the tour? Is she a good tour guide?
Yeah, she is.
Okay. And what's James' role in all of this? Well, listen, girls, stand back a bit and lift. No, we'll do that as in a picture afterwards. Right, forget about that. Forget what I just said. Listen, that was absolutely, genuinely, really, 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 really good. You are fantastic, and your family should be so, so proud of you. I'm sure they are. Dara, I just wish anyone loved me enough to write a song about me, because that's absolutely brilliant. And well done, Marie Kearney. Fantastic. And hey, if someone's heartstrings are pulled and they have a couple of tickets, I'm sure we've got a home for them. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, okay.
They're pleading to get to the All-Ireland final.
Oh, you deserve it so much. Anyway, listen, there's not much I can do, because I can't sort anyone around me out, if the truth be told. But the song's brilliant. I look forward to playing it again on Sunday as well. And well done. It really, really is very, very good. You know, I'm not just saying that because you're a 9 and 11. It's really, really good, regardless of what age you are. So Lily May, thank you so much. Baveen, thank you so much. The best luck. Fingers crossed for the tickets, right? And also Marie Kearney, thank you for bringing the girls in.
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity for the girls to have a day like this. And a big shout out to Mary Duffy as well. And thank you to, or good luck to Jim, Dara, and all the team on Sunday. We'll hopefully see them on Monday in Donegal Town. And Sam Maguire with them. Well, we probably won't see them on Sunday. They'll be too busy celebrating.
I know, but if you could get down. All right, okay. I just wish I had a magic wand and I would make it all so, but I don't. All right, brilliant stuff. Has there been? Have you posted this online yet? Because this band, there's going to get massive traction. That it's so good.
Yeah, well, Kneecap have sent them a message.
Wow. Okay. Right.
GG.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. Right. Fantastic. Brilliant stuff. That was Marie Kearney, who brought in the two nieces, her little niece, and her friend, Lily May and Baveen. And thank you so much. And James just sat there looking cool. We appreciate it. Takes everyone. All right, then. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Up Donegal.
Up Donegal!
The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, with monster loans available up to €60,000 for all occasions. Visit letterkennycu.ie.
Good news, everyone, it's back.
Applegreen's 24/7 birthday celebration is back today, July 24.
Get stuck into 100% Irish chicken fillet rolls for just €2.47.
Horse into breakfast rolls, €2.47, and croissants or muffins for only 24¢.
Only for one day in selected Applegreen stores.
So stop in today and fill up for less.
T's and T's apply.
Looking for family fun this July? Discover Century Complex. Kids will love the soft play, while teens try augmented reality darts and crazy golf. Enjoy tasty food and the latest blockbusters. Rain or shine, Century Complex is the ultimate destination for all ages. Unforgettable fun awaits. Don't miss out.
Meet James. He made big savings on his car insurance when he made the switch to Outsurance.
Hi, I'm James. It's true, I saved €301 when I made the switch. And with the Out bonus, I know I'll get 10% of my premiums back in cash after 3 years claims free.
Sounds great. For a competitive car insurance quote like James's, call 1-800-600-400 or visit outsurance.ie. Real people, unreal savings. Outsurance. You always get something out. Based on a like-for-like policy comparison, the customer received a gratuity for their participation. Out bonus calculated less taxes and levies. Acceptance criteria, terms and conditions apply. Car and home insurance is underwritten by Outsurance DAC. Outsurance DAC, trading as Outsurance, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
It's the 50% off mega summer sale at Right Price Tiles and Wood Flooring. Up to 50% off all tiles, wood flooring, outdoor porcelain tiles, cladding and bathware. Everything in store has been slashed in price. The Right Price Tiles and Wood Flooring 50% off mega summer sale. Stores nationwide. Sale extended until Sunday.
Get ready to dance the weekend away at the Highland Radio Country Music Weekend in the Clanry Hotel, Letterkenny, from October 31st to November 2nd. 2 nights, 1 dance floor, and some of Ireland's biggest country stars: Michael English, Patrick Feeney, Stacey Breen, Jordan McPolin, and I'll be there too, David James, and lots more to be announced. You can enjoy 2 nights bed and breakfast plus tickets to both dances. That's the Highland Radio Country Music Weekend. Spaces are limited, so book now online at highlandradio.com clanriohotel.com or clanriohotel.com.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhenney's. Find amazing savings across our departments with up to 50% off your favourite brands in our summer sale. Discover more in-store or shop online at mcelhenneys.com today.
Okay, it's going to be mostly dry today with areas of cloud and some sunny spells. A few showers may develop during the day, but they'll be few and far between. Towards evening, it'll become overcast. Temperatures 18 to 20 degrees. And what we're seeing is unseasonable low rainfall and seasonal temperatures. Right. You may have heard 3 fishermen were rescued after their boat sank off our coast yesterday morning. The incident took place off Glengad. That's on the Inishowen Peninsula in the early hours. Well, not too early, 8 a.m. The men issued a distress call moments before their boat sank, forcing them to take to their lifeboat. As you can imagine, the Mallinhead Coast Guard immediately began to coordinate a response, issuing a Mayday call, and a number of local vessels responded, including the Lough Swilly Arnalite and the Greencastle Coast Guard. There was another local boat that landed on scene first and took the fishermen on board from that lifeboat. Now, we're joined on the line by Marty Brides, who's a brother-in-law of Daniel, who was on that boat. Marty, first and foremost, obviously, the loss of the boat is very difficult. We'll talk about that. But how are the lads? How are they after the experience?
Yes, morning, Greg, and morning, your listeners. No, the lads are grand. Thank God. It's just devastating what happened yesterday morning with the boat sinking and stuff. But thank God, like with all the crews that helped, like the local fishermen and everyone, like quickly the boys were taken off the boat and they were brought back to safety. But unfortunately for Daniel, the boat has sank, like, and that would have been his mean of income and everything, and it's just devastating that something happened so quickly.
And it's the equivalent of on land, a business being completely destroyed by fire and everything associated with that business, because that's what it is. The boat conveys them to do their job, all the gear, all the equipment. It's an expensive piece of kit, and it is all gone lying on the bottom of the sea. And you talked about the fishing community in the first instance rallying around to make sure the lads, got home safely, and thankfully they did. And now I think you're appealing to the fishing community and the wider community to come together again to try and sort of restore Daniel's main income, his business.
Exactly. It's just like I set up that GoFundMe page yesterday, and it's just like any sort of help at all that'll help him get the boat back so we can go back fishing. It's a massive, money-wise, it's a massive loss, especially to lose a boat. But not alone just the boat, all the gear, everything's gone.
And I think,
you can imagine
it might be almost impossible to rebuild that, without support because of the outgoings and the investment that'd be required. It'd be very difficult on one's own to sort of get back to where he was at, I would imagine.
Yeah, like Daniel's only really started out. Well, he's been fishing a good while, but he's only started going out on his own no time ago, and he's put so much time and effort and money into the boat to get it to where it was, and for, I suppose, an accident like that to happen, and to lose it in the matter of minutes, it's a massive money loss. And that's one of the main reasons to set up that GoFundMe page, just to give him that wee bit of insurance that he will get back in the water and he will get back to doing what he loved. And I suppose helping the community by catching his whatever he catches.
It's just keeping our coastal heritage going as well as anything else. I do get that. So where can people access the GoFundMe? Maybe people have a $5, maybe they have a $10, maybe they've got more. Who's to say? I think every little helps at this point. So where can people find the GoFundMe page? The easiest place, Marty?
Well, I set it up on my Facebook page.
Okay. So we'll share that
That's
out on
right,
ours.
that's right.
In case, yeah, because people
That's
might
right.
ring up.
So
Yeah, we'll share that out.
There's more, like it's as you says, like it doesn't matter what they donate. Every little helps. Like.
Yeah, for sure. Every little bit helps. And if lots of people donate a little, you might get to where you're going. Okay, well, listen, pass on our best wishes to the lads and Charlie in particular. Daniel in particular. And we'll share that on our socials. And if anyone's got a wee bit to spare, they might consider getting him back out onto the water again. Thanks, Marty. As I say, pass on our best wishes, will you?
Thanks, Greg, and
All right.
thanks for taking the call.
No, it's important. Okay, thanks very much indeed. Right, we are still calling out for your voice messages supporting Jim and the lads, or maybe it's Darryl Boyle, or maybe it's Patrick McBurty, whomever it might be. Get them into us, 086 60 25,000. Just record it in your car or in your house or wherever you are. Send them in. My Lily May August Bevine, just amazing for 9-year-olds and an 11-year-old, I think. Up the Clough-Neely girls. Yeah, they were great. Loved it. Does vehicle clamping still exist? A good stiff fine might sort these idiots out. Yeah, well, I mean, you can clamp. The problem is we're talking about access roads to beaches and stuff, and I don't think we have sort of any organised approach to that. I mean, there's not lines. So, for instance, can you on a minor road, and some of these roads are minor roads with no lineage, can you, if enough space is left for a car to go through, could you clamp that car legally? Is it a breach of a bylaw? I'm not really quite sure of the legalities of all of that. What's the big deal about illegal parking? Try that in Dublin and your car will be clamped or you'll get a fine on the spot. The public should not be inconvenienced or delayed by inconsiderate motorists. Yellow lines are not legally enforceable except in certain towns in the county, but you can introduce bylaws to make them enforceable wherever you want. Surely the council has that within their gift. More reaction to the two girls. That song was Magic Girls, absolutely awesome. It brought a tear to my eye. That passion from the children is amazing. Yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it? Really, really was lovely. Right, okay. We're going to hear now of two big Donegal supporters in Donabate in Dublin singing Jimmy's winning matches. It's Tom, aged 5, and Jack is 2. So let's hear the lads. This is sent in to us via WhatsApp. Reminds me of my house. That's fantastic. Well done, lads. Tom and Jack Bastos from Donabate, and they're all it's a WhatsApp video we got, and they've all got their gear on and everything, and it's such a that sounds like a house so full of happiness and love. An echo, I would say, gets a bit grating in the kitchen at times. Lovely stuff. Thanks. I think, was it Mum and Dad in the background that were getting involved as well? They were doing the 2025 version of Jimmy's winning matches. Okay, well done. I'm loving those, by the way, and I'm loving sort of the role of the children in the show today. So if you can match the two guys there, please WhatsApp or WhatsApp your voice messages or your videos for that matter. Encouraging Donegal this weekend to 086 60 25,000. Love it. Thank you so very much indeed. Wishing Oisin Gallen and Stephen McMenamin and Luke McGlynn and to all the lads on the Donegal football team and Jim and his management team, wishing them all the best on Sunday for the All-Ireland from the O'Donnell family in Dewish. Good luck to Illy's under-9 football team and coaches Paddy and Raymond playing in the Fall Cup today. That comes in from Anne and Paddy at the Show Road. It's a huge event, the Fall Cup. A caller says the closure of the Fanad Post Office affects more than just Post Office customers. This will affect the AIB and Bank of Ireland customers as well, as they're allowed to do their banking in the Post Office. 40% of banks might be closed due to a lack of funding. You can't lodge a cheque in the Post Office, though, even if it is for one of those banks, which I think is a bit retrograde. But anyway. unless you have a slip out of a checkbook. But anyway, I think people would understand better about tickets for the final if the public were informed how many tickets are allocated to the local grassroots clubs, as this seems to be a major point of confusion. Well, they apply for the tickets as well, let us not forget. So they apply for the tickets, and then the county sends up to Croke Park the requirements from the clubs, and then it's whether or not those requests are fulfilled. All season ticket holders, that's the way to go. All season ticket holders get their tickets. I'll give you a breakdown. As I say, I read it from... sorry, actually, it was Frank Craig that had put it together. It was Chris McNulty that shared it. He's been looking at the ticket allocations, and I'll give you that rundown after 11.
Highland Bakery brings the magic to your morning tea break. Golden scones, still warm, soft in the middle and impossible to resist. Look for the packet with the rabbit on it. Fresh from the oven to your local shop. 25 years of Highland Bakery.
Summer toys at Tinny's Toys. Everything for an outdoor summer. Swings, slides, trampolines, goalposts, rebounders, sand table, wheelbarrows. Of course, we also have our massive range of kids, pedal and electric toys. Need something for those rainy days? Well, we've that covered too, with the likes of Brooder Toys, Lego, Marvel Toys, books and more. Call into our store on the Leck Road, Letterkenny, or shop online at tinnystoys.com. Tinny's Toys, much more than just farm toys. Dan Boy.
Are you heading to Croke Park this weekend? All roads lead to McCafferty's at the Barge, Dublin. On Saturday, 26th, enjoy a live GEA Q&A with legends Kevin Cassidy, Owen Mulligan and Mark O'Shea. Then on Sunday, catch the All-Ireland Final live with music before and after from 1 p.m. till late at McCafferty's, the Barge, Dublin.
Glenalla Garden Fete takes place this Saturday, 26th at Franklin's Glenalla Estate from 1 till 4. Enjoy teas, cake stalls, bric-a-brac and much more, with proceeds in aid of Glenalla Church Fund.
The Easy Living Furniture Spectacular Summer Sale ends this Sunday. Everything's reduced in store and online, with hundreds of sale specials across all departments, including sofa, dining, bedroom, mattresses, home accessories and garden furniture. And if that's not enough, we're offering free delivery on all orders over £499. Hurry, our spectacular summer sale ends this Sunday, only at Easy Living Furniture, Crescent Link Retail Park, Derry, Londonderry.
Show your colours and support Donegal in the All-Ireland Final. O'Neill's official jerseys, polo shirts and T-shirts for all the family. Donegal quarter zips for kids. Save 20% just in time for the big day. Flags, hats and accessories will complete your look for Sunday. Exclusive to BMC Sports. Get 10% off your next purchase when you buy an O'Neill's Donegal jersey in-store or online. Check in-store for details. Brian McCormick Sports, Main Street, Letterkenny.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union, now offering mortgages from €40,000 to €600,000 with no hidden fees or transaction charges. Letterkenny Credit Union, 9102127. With all the stories that matter across the Northwest, it's Greg Hughes on the 9 to noon show on Highland Radio.
It is 11 o'clock. Let's get the news headlines now and say good morning once again to Michaela Clark.
Thanks, Greg. Good morning. The killings of a woman and her 2 young children in County Fermanagh have been described as devastating. They've been named locally as veterinary surgeon Vanessa White, a native of County Clare who was in her 40s, and her son James and daughter Sarah. A man who was also found inside the property in Maguire's Bridge yesterday is being treated in hospital for serious injuries. PSNI Superintendent Robert McGuyan says they're investigating a suspected murder and attempted suicide. A Donegal County Councillor believes reform is needed to build an all-island national health and care service. Councillor Albert Doherty says cross-border healthcare collaborations already in existence could be built upon to address shared challenges that are experienced within the sector on both sides of the border. There's renewed concerns over parking at Donegal beaches. Last night, a local Link bus was delayed for over an hour and a half after cars were abandoned along the bridge leading to Sroove Beach in Greencastle. Foyle Coaches manager Bernard McGuinness told the 9 till noon show earlier that while inconsiderate parking makes it difficult to operate services, his fear is what the outcome would be should an emergency arise. Councillor Martin Farn, meanwhile, says a joint approach by Gardaí and Donegal County Council is needed to enforce parking bylaws. The Food Safety Authority has recalled over 200 types of ready-made meals amid an extensive outbreak of listeriosis. One adult with a confirmed case has died and 9 other cases have been confirmed in recent days. A full list of affected products is available on the FSAI website, and people are being urged to dispose of any suspect ready meals. Donegal County Council is being urged to write to the Department of Housing to express concern over the exclusion of the county from a number of key national affordable housing schemes included in the government's Housing for All plan. Councillor Declan Meehan is calling for an urgent review of the eligibility criteria for the Affordable Purchase Scheme and Cost Rental Scheme to ensure it's rolled out in Donegal. The council says it anticipates the forthcoming new National Housing Plan will introduce affordable housing delivery targets for all local authorities, which will ensure the county's inclusion in the Affordable Purchase Scheme. And the Killybegs Coast Guard is reminding people if they see someone in difficulty on or near the coast to contact the Coast Guard immediately. It's after the rescue service was last night tasked to a broken down vessel in Donegal Bay just after 11 p.m. On reaching the vessel, the Coast Guard rib took it under tow and returned it safely back to Killybegs Harbour just after 1 a.m. Those are the latest headlines. We'll be back with an update again at 12.
Thanks so very much, Michaela.
The holidays are here, and so is 20% off when you buy VHI Multi-Trip online before the 31st of August. Whether it's city breaks or beach escapes, get peace of mind with all your trips, all year, all sorted. VHI Multi-Trip. That's how VHI does travel insurance. Terms and conditions apply. Visit vhi.ie for details. VHI Healthcare DAC trading as VHI Healthcare is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland and is tied to Collinson Insurance Europe Limited for VHI Multi-Trip travel insurance.
Yeah, so Frank Craig was writing that Donegal was given 13,748 tickets, clubs in Donegal were. The 40 affiliated clubs within the county have now received their membership orders, although a number of clubs have since taken to social media to reveal that they haven't been able to satisfy all adult requests. Donegal Live, where the article is published, understands that some clubs have been left short because of internal membership oversights, where they failed to move over their paid LGFA and Camogie membership to the Fóreen login system. And because of that, the metric for Donegal's adult membership allocation was the Fóreen system reading. Donegal's season ticket membership of 1,230 will also be met, independent of the 13,748 figure. So it's effectively 15,000 tickets coming into the county's clubs. Croke Park official capacity is 82,000. 10,000 of that usually is earmarked for corporate and premium on All Ireland final day. 12,000 tickets are also put aside for the likes of the Croke Park residents, staff, referees, press, overseas groups, etc. And the remaining 40-odd thousand tickets go to supporters throughout the various county boards. Sorry, that's not 40, that's 60, isn't it? The county board with the competing counties receiving the most significant allocation there. Effectively, 20,000 further tickets go to various clubs around the country, and I think that leaves about 40,000. That's my off the hoof maths, I believe. So that's perhaps where we're at. Right. Cleena and Freya Kennedy. Cleena, good morning to you.
Good morning, Greg.
How are you keeping?
We're very good, thank you
All
very
right,
much for having us.
Freya, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Very good indeed. And we're talking about you because your hair is pink.
Yeah.
And why did you dye it pink?
So my friend Kiva in Dublin was diagnosed with cancer a week and a half ago. So I dyed it pink for cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And on Saturday I'm going down to Dublin to go shave my head with her.
Okay. That's a decision she's making because presumably there'll be hair loss with her treatment. So you're going to shave your head in solidarity
I'll do it
with her.
her.
How big a call was that to make? I know it's your friend and I know it's really important, but it's obvious that you've got lovely hair and you've looked after it and all that type of stuff. So it is a sacrifice for you.
I don't mind doing it because I've known her whole life.
Yeah.
So, and we're really close. So it's just hair.
And what kind of a lift has she got from you being so supportive of her?
I think she's very happy that I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
But I think she's scared to do it as well.
Of course, but when your really good friend is doing something the same as you're doing, it makes it a bit easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it just goes to show that kindness can help.
Yeah, indeed. You must be so proud, Cleena.
I honestly can't get over it. It was the first thing that Freya said to us when we heard about poor Kiva. Kiva, just for everybody at home, is only 10 years of age, was a perfectly healthy 10-year-old 2 weeks ago, had a vomiting bug, went to the doctor. They noticed a little swelling in her mouth and ended up in Crumlin Hospital being told that she had rhabdomyosarcoma, which is an aggressive early childhood cancer. And unfortunately found spots in her lungs, her brain box, and it had eaten through her skull. There was no indication of this coming. They just thought that she,
for her, I mean, obviously as a young person, but the family around her, they probably were putting it down to something relatively minor.
Absolutely.
To get that diagnosis and the extent of it as well.
It's absolutely shocking. I mean, even the doctor thought she just had a tooth abscess. And she was sent to the dentist first. And the dentist was the one who said, no, this is not an abscess and you need to go and get this checked out. Yeah. So within 24 hours of being, going for antibiotics for a vomiting bug to being told that your child had an early childhood cancer.
And it's tough on you, Freya, as well. I mean, obviously, all your thoughts are with your friend, but to get that news as well and process it, and you're a young person, a big girl, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot for you to process as well.
Yeah, it was just shocking to find out that she has cancer because, we saw her a few months ago and we were just she was fine, and she was saying she had the lump at the top of her mouth for a while. So when she found out it was cancer, she was very shocked.
Well, she's obviously very, very lucky to have a very supportive family around her, but also really, really good friends. So you shaving your head, is it as an act of solidarity? Is it to raise awareness even? Because, Cleena would definitely know, and I'm sure you might too, Freya, these types of conversations are very important because other people might hear it and then they go, oh, okay, and we hope they don't, but maybe they do. They go, oh, okay, that sounds something similar that's in our house, and it probably won't be it, but they go and get it checked. So you're doing something very good today in raising awareness as well.
So I'm trying to think.
That's all right. That's why I've got Cleena here. I rattle a lot, okay? So do you see your reaction there? That's what the listeners do most of the time. What's he on about?
No, so you're absolutely right.
It's just about raising awareness.
It is about raising awareness, but it's also, from a friendship point of view, I think it's also, we're very proud of Freya and what she's doing, and we know that she didn't even think twice. It was the first thing she said was, right, I'm going to do this for my friend. So I think as well, they, the 0 to 90 is very, I suppose, relative to everybody. It could happen to anybody tomorrow. Not that we want it ever to happen to anybody, but it does happen. But it just goes to show that even an 11-year-old has the insight and the mindfulness to support and stand by her friend. Okay. So we are super, super proud of her. There is a GoFundMe page for Kiva. I know she's based in Dublin, but for me, it's this is a 10-year-old child. It could be anybody's
Well, listen,
child.
she's going to be going into the very same hospital that Donegal children go into as well. I think,
exactly.
Parochialism and geography is kind of out the window on something like this, aren't they?
So the GoFundMe page it's on my Facebook page. I'll share it with you guys as well. But it also brought to me that where we live, the Bumbulance service is across the road from us, and we often see them up and down. It's incredible the work that is carried out by these people to help and support families. So if anybody's got anything at home, as you said earlier, every little helps. Exactly. That poor man who lost his boat. But I think as a nation we are very good at coming forward and
this
helping.
County is
phenomenal for raising
and
awareness.
That's not just anecdotal; it's shown in the GoFundMe figures and all.
Yep.
So, what was your hair color before Freya?
I was ginger.
Okay.
I had ginger.
And proud.
Okay, well let's talk about it, right? So since you've gone pink in support of your friend, do you miss the red hair, or
it's kind of a mix between it, but once I buzz it, I'll have
see the funny thing is pink suits your complexion. Sometimes people can look washed out when they change the colour dramatically, but it suits you look great. So you can play with it as it grows back as well too, which is fun.
She'll probably have a pink scalp, actually, to be fair.
Who did it? Did you do it?
No,
Oh,
we
right,
got it. No,
okay.
it was a professional
Well,
who
then
did it.
her scalp will be fine.
But her scalp
will
should be,
fine,
well,
okay.
it might be a little bit pink. But
Well, listen, it's a big deal what you're doing on many different levels, especially in this day and age where we put so many sort of superficial things first, like how we look or how we feel, over the big stuff. And then maybe it's a shame that you're having to face up to this now, Freya, but it sounds like you've got a great mom supporting you, and you're a great girl as well. So you're going to be with what's your friend's name again? Sorry,
Kiva.
So you and Kiva, are you both going to get done at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And you can maybe even donate your hair, can you?
I can. I probably will donate it.
Because that also can maybe go towards wigs, which helps people whilst their hair grows back, as well as your friends will. And it's going to be cool. You're going to look great when you go back to school.
Yeah, she's going to look so trendy.
Yeah. No, but you are. It's good because you can really play with it. Because often you might want to say, and I think maybe when you're older, and here's me sitting here with not a hair in my head, but we often don't do things because we think, well, but you can do it. You can play with everything. You can go mohawk to begin with.
Exactly. Yeah, she can do whatever she wants.
Oh yeah.
And it'll grow back. It'll grow back.
Exactly.
It'll grow back. So.
I don't really care about my hair, to be honest.
No, of course.
We're talking. It grows back.
Exactly. You've bigger fish to fry. Yeah. Right. So if you want to support Freya and her friend, of course, the GoFundMe's there. It's on Cleana's socials. We'll share it on ours as well. Cleana Kennedy. That's the social name. Cleana.
Yeah.
Kennedy.
So Cleana Kennedy is my socials.
Yeah.
It's Freya Keeley. Is Freya's surname.
Okay. Brilliant. All right. Okay. Well, listen. And when are you going down to do it?
Saturday morning.
Yeah. Okay. Well done to you.
So we'll send you some photos. We'll update you with how we get on.
All right. Freya's like, I'm just doing this one.
Yeah, what do you like? What's the big fuss? Come on, get over yourself.
But it is, and it'll bond you as strong as your bond with your friend is now. This ties you together forever because it's a big deal. It's a lovely thing to do, and it's not just your mum that's proud of you. We're proud of you as well to take this upon yourself because you wanted to do it straight away, didn't you? You said, I'm going to do this. All right, well done to you, Freya. We'll look forward to the pics and the experiments as it comes back and all that kind of crack. We'll see if you stay red.
We might go gold and green, maybe. We might.
Well, there was an opportunity.
Yellow. Excuse me.
Yeah, but I had this.
Sorry.
Someone asked me, was it gold and green or yellow and green?
Yeah.
And I sort of retreated from the debate. Sure. So I'm going yellow.
Yellow and green, then we might go yellow and green.
On the way back, as it grows back, or on the way down?
Maybe as it grows back, we might.
Come on, Freya, it's your head. Come on. What? You're looking at your mum there. I want to hear what you're saying.
Well, we're going to be there on Sunday, aren't we? So it's going to be.
What if I get a wig?
A wig?
Yeah,
okay, well, we could do that too.
That as well. All right. Well, listen, well done to you, Cleana, for coming in. Freya, well done to you too as well. It's brilliant, fantastic stuff, and
thank you very
you'll remember it for the rest of your life with your mate for sure. Okay, well done to you. We'll chat soon. Bye bye.
The county's #1 talk show, The 9 till Noon Show on Highland Radio. The 9 till Noon Show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union. Digital loans now available. Apply online or via our app today and get your loan transferred directly to your current account.
Your next new car is waiting at Manor Motors, your Opel dealer in Donegal. This 252, get a €1,000 trade-up booster on any Opel model and enjoy 2.52% finance. Choose from the bold new Corsa, stylish Astra, eye-catching Mokka, or all-new Grandland. Available in petrol, diesel, hybrid and electric. Don't miss out. Visit Manor Motors in Manor Cunningham or see manormotors.ie. Manor Motors, your trusted Opel dealer in Donegal.
FBD doesn't stand for Friendly Business Ducks or Freelance Beatbox Department. FBD stands for support. We support businesses and communities across Ireland. Visit your local branch to talk to your FBD insurance team and see how we can support your business. FBD Insurance. Support. It's what we do. FBD Insurance Group Limited, trading as FBD Insurance, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland.
Milford Tiles, Milford Retail Park. Tiles, bathware and wood flooring. The best quality and value in the Northwest. Fully stocked and ready to go. Fitters and delivery available. 10% off for Mica affected customers. Don't forget to ask about our 5-day bathroom fit out. Call Milford Tiles on 083 091 0707.
At Eclipse Cinemas Bundoran and Lifford Strabane, the stars shine brighter. This isn't just a trip to the movies, it's a VIP experience. Sit back in luxury as your favourite pizza,
Yummy.
hot food and a cold drink are delivered right to your seat in any studio. But for the ultimate treat, step into the Director's Lounge, our most popular destination. Enjoy the film, enjoy the food and savour the experience. Only at Eclipse Cinemas Bundoran and Lifford Strabane.
Join us at McCafferty's Dunlow during this year's Mary from Dunlow Festival for an unforgettable live music lineup featuring the Whistling Donkeys, All Folked Up, Rhythm and Sticks and more. Plus, watch Donegal versus Kerry on County Donegal's largest screen. McCafferty's Dunlow, your #1 destination for music, sport and great crack.
Highland Radio Time Checks brought to you by EirGrid, the operator and developer of Ireland's electricity grid. EirGrid, powering up communities, powering up Ireland. The time is?
Well, the time now is 17 and a half minutes past 11 on this Thursday. We are gearing up, of course, for the weekend. It's a big weekend. Tomorrow morning on this programme, there's so much going on, I can only focus on the scores on tonight, live from Glenswilly, so that's a big one with Oisín Kelly. Tomorrow morning between 9 and 12, we've got live music, lots of chat, lots of conversation. We're going to have some, analysis of the game, but fun, as I say, and music as well. So please tune in for that or watch the show as well. Then on Saturday, the team hot-foot it down to Dublin. There's a special show with Oisín Kelly, Brendan Devaney and the crew, and hopefully I'll be down in time to call over. It's in the D2 at the Harcourt Hotel. That's a special show, so if you're down in Dublin, please come along to that. And then on Sunday morning, we head over to the Bonington in Drumcondra, where I'll be doing a show between 11 and 1. This is sort of our last fling before the commentary teams take over as we head towards the throw-in of the biggest game in the country. We are inviting you to come along and watch the show, whether you're staying in the hotel or another hotel. Come on over and have a chat to us. And you can just come in and enjoy the atmosphere. But also, if you want to eat, and it's all you can eat for €20, you can get a all-you-can-eat buffet breakfast in the Bonington on the morning as well, okay? And as Oisín Kelly was saying to Leah Little earlier on, your standard breakfast up here is 12, 13. So to get a breakfast for 20 down in Dublin, plus it can be an all-you-can-eat breakfast as well. In other words, eat as much as you like and fill yourself for the day. It represents value. So you can turn up on the morning and just pay for your breakfast and have it. But also there's just a little bit of extra spice to this. If you go to our website and book through the website, you're also entered into the draw for an overnight stay in the Bonington. So if you're going anyway, you might as well pre-book it, pre-order it, and then maybe you could win the overnight stay in the Bonington. And obviously, the numbers we're looking at here, it's in the hundreds, obviously, in the low hundreds. So you've probably a good chance of picking up that prize. A better chance than 1 in 2,000, if that makes sense. So if you're coming along, please do. We're going to be in great spirits. As I say, we've got Rory Gallagher there and our own David James. There's going to be plenty of music. We're going to be chatting to you. If you're prepared to chat to me, of course, find out where you're coming from, how you think the game will go, all that type of stuff. You're going to be our analysts for the day in question. So that's the D2 at the Harcourt Saturday night, the Bonington Sunday morning 11 till 1, and then we'll make our way down to Croke Park. The score tonight from Glenswilly, and then on this show tomorrow, and there's stuff happening throughout the day, but on this show tomorrow, it's we're going green and gold, green and yellow. It's Donegal Day, and we'll be inviting you to send in your voice messages and your pictures as well, because even some people maybe that have returned recently from countries that aren't Ireland, and maybe they're struggling to sort of get in the mood a little bit. And may I say, even to some extent, they might say, what's the big deal? Well, even those people, not mentioning any names, even those people, we're going to try and get them fully engaged in the spirit tomorrow. Get them on the bandwagon. There is one more slot on the bandwagon, Caroline. I'll reach out my hand and drag you up to it. Okay. Right, let's go to Downings, and it's an ongoing problem here. It is the provision of broadband in Downings. Kieran Gallagher joins me on the show now. Kieran, sorry for holding you there. I didn't realise you'd been put through just yet. How are you keeping?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, so what's the story with broadband in Downings? What are we highlighting here?
Well, about a month ago, they were cutting the grass along the verge opposite the Rossapena Hotel, and the machine cut the cable. So all of Downing's lost broadband for, I think, about 2 days, and landlines were gone as well. So they came and fixed it, but unfortunately they didn't put the cables back underground. In fact, they were never underground in the first place. It seems to me that they just put the cables into a drain and let the grass grow over them.
Yeah, well, the grass cutter couldn't have caught them if they were buried. That's just, we know that as a fact.
Exactly, yeah. So I've been on to them several times, but I'm getting absolutely no response from them at all. And I can't ring them because if you ring them, they ask you for your air account number. I don't have an air account number. I'm with Sky, actually. I'm an indirect customer of
You're
theirs,
using
so
their infrastructure, but you're not a paying customer directly.
That's the way it is, yeah.
And what
So
it
they're now
seems to
lined
be,
up on the road.
and just to paint the picture, and for those watching they can see the picture, what seems to have happened here is the black boxes that are put on the poles, they seem to have just cobbled two of them together to reconnect and just left it sitting in the ditch.
That seems to be that's what they did, yeah.
Is the phone lines in broadband, as far as you can determine, functioning properly? What is your concern? Is it the visuals of it? Is it sort of the amateur appearance of it? Is it the risk that it could break down again? What's your principal concern, Kieran? What are you contacting them about?
I want them to put it underground again, so it doesn't happen again, you know?
Good shout, yeah.
And I mean, somebody could come along someday with a scissors and just cut the thing again. The whole village would be gone until they come back to fix it, you know?
100%.
It could be vandalized very, very easily, you know?
Yeah, it's too exposed.
It's too exposed, exactly, yeah.
Okay, well, you've contacted her. We're going to contact them as well and see what the story is. I would suggest anyone in that area that's served by any broadband, because this is the infrastructure we're talking about here, to get to get in touch with them, because it's only a matter of time potentially before some idiot decides to take an axe or something to it, and the area's without broadband again for days.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly,
okay.
yeah.
Right. We'll get on to them as well. Thanks very much.
Okay.
All right, Kieran.
Right,
thank you. Bye bye. That image there, if you were watching, you will have seen it. It is. Listen, they got out relatively quickly, given the extent of the problem, and got it fixed. And it's not the staff's fault, by the way. They need to be told, you know, there's the equipment, there's the time, go and sort that out. In terms of people abandoning their cars around piers and beaches, a caller says, same is happening at the Warden Beach Port Salon. Cars parked on blind bends with solid white lines on in the middle of the road. Okay. Let me see. Fantastic song. Similar boat myself. I'm going up and down to Dublin to soak up the atmosphere, but I hope Bayveen and Daisy May or Lily May have their day. When Dara and Murphy have their final say upon hearing that song, will make them smile, should help them go an extra mile. Thanks, Kevin. I see what you did there. You accidentally got me rapping. Greg, can you check on the membership? Social membership, non-player. Our club said this membership is not a type that can request a ticket. This surprised me, and I cannot see clearly where this is outlined. I know club's priority, the players, coaches and workers, so I'm okay with it, but just was not aware. Please keep my name. Of course, they don't want the name out because they don't want any backlash. I don't know what social membership is. My understanding is that season ticket holders, your ticket's in the bag. I can't believe we've only got 12 or 1,300 season ticket holders, but maybe it's a big expense. I'm not sure if that might be the reason. And full adult members, those are the two cohorts. Firstly, guaranteed a ticket. Secondly, with the best shout of getting a ticket, of course, you have to be a full member prior to March 31st. We all understand why that would be the case, right? I've never heard of social membership, if I'm completely honest with you, but I understand your understanding. What a performance from Lily May and Bayveen. Well done. They were great. I'm going to cut that song and play that out on Sunday as part of our show down at the Bonington. The children sound great. Pity the GA doesn't care about them. Hi, Greg. Just checking. Is there a cover charge to view the Sunday match on the big screen in the Diamond in Donegal Town? Well, I would hope not. I can check into it. Anyway, we've got people down there listening involved in that, I'm sure. The Diamond's an open public space. I know it can be restricted when the Donegal Festival was running, but that takes bylaws and stuff. I can't imagine it is. Can anyone down there clarify for me that the big screen viewing in the Diamond is going to be good? It's going to be free. please. I can't imagine businesses would allow there to be a charge on what potentially is going to be one of the biggest days outside the biggest days of the year. And the weather's looking good as well too. Very little rain being forecast either up here or down there, which is good, isn't it? Or maybe do we want the pitch to be a little bit slippy? I don't know. A caller says, I think people would understand better about tickets for the final if the public were informed how many tickets are allocated to the local grassroots clubs, as this seems to be a major point of confusion out here in the real world. Well, there's close on 14,000 tickets going to clubs in this county. That's the figures. They are broken down amongst the 40-odd clubs. And I don't know. Then you get down to the nitty-gritty of how many were applied for in each particular club, and then what each allocation to each particular club was, and it's going to be difficult to dig into that info, but we know the top line numbers now. A caller says, I received a scam call from an 087 number this morning to do with PayPal and to pay $6.99. I do not do PayPal, so it just hang up anyway. No one's ringing you up from 087. I say that, but one of the banks uses a mobile number. But anyway, you can go on to if you had PayPal, you can sign in and check yourself. Do not listen to anyone on the end of a phone line. Thanks, Greg, for highlighting that the USA are supplying arms to Israel. Just stating facts. That's I've no skin in the game. I just want the genocide of an entire country to stop, like everybody else does, or any, I think, reasonably minded person would want. Stop it. You know, this is a man-made catastrophe, not only just the bombing and destruction and maiming of people, but now the starvation of them, whilst regular Israelis a couple of 100 miles away sip cocktails with their feet up. Right, okay. I was in a local supermarket recently. I had 2 tickets for the lotto. One was Euro Millions and one was for the Irish Lotto. I had the numbers for the Irish Lotto. The shopkeeper told me that there was nothing on my ticket. I questioned him that I had 3 bonus numbers as I'd watched it on TV, and I knew how I had won. He then checked it and I'd won €24. I just want to make people aware when checking their numbers. It's really important. I trust people implicitly, but people make mistakes. And I've seen in shops people handing 7 or 8 tickets to people and they're going beep, no, beep, no, beep, no. No, I'd have to check the numbers individually, or at least use the app. You can download the app on the phone. Don't log in so you don't get bombarded to keep gambling on the lotto. But you can check your tickets. You can scan your tickets. As I say, I'm not casting any shade on people working in shops. Sometimes they're too busy and don't realise maybe that there was a winning ticket there. Okay, let's take a break.
Watch the show live now on YouTube, Facebook and at highlandradio.com. The 9 till noon show is brought to you by Letterkenny Credit Union, with monster loans available up to €60,000 for all occasions. Visit letterkennycu.ie.
Má tá tú idir 5 agus 7 bliain díos, joí tú cuireadh scág hástáil potóige báilíon HSE siar an aisce íonna. Cabhraíonn an scág hástáil le cóirí luadáil se potóige aimsiú, solamíonn aon symptom le feiceáil agus bíonn sin níos fosa í a chóireáil chomhar.
Big summer sale at Evolve Clothing Letterkenny Retail Park. Hundreds of suits from only €50 and a turn of shirts at half price. Open 7 days. Shop in store or online at evolveclothing.com. When it's gone, it's gone.
If you're fitting a new kitchen or replacing some tired appliances, now's the time with the Ben Sweeney Euronics Kitchen Bundle. Get a single oven and hob, integrated dishwasher and fridge freezer, wash machine and tumble dryer, all for just €2,000. Other kitchen bundles are available on request. Call us today or visit Ben Sweeney Euronics, Port Road, Letterkenny, in the shopping centre, Dunlow.
We're serving up summer at Dunn Stores, and it's barbecue season. Mix and match 3 for €10 across a fantastic range of meat and fish. Try something vibrant like succulent king prawns. Or enjoy Broadband quality assured meats like piri-piri chicken wings or new hot honey pork belly slices and many more. Any 3 for just €10. Plus, save at the till with a 10 off 50 grocery voucher. Dunn Stores. Always better value. Terms and conditions apply. Voucher can be used on next grocery shop of €50 or more.
It's all
Show your colours and support Donegal in the All-Ireland Final. O'Neill's official jerseys, polo shirts and T-shirts for all the family. Donegal quarter zips for kids. Save 20% just in time for the big day. Flags, hats and accessories will complete your look for Sunday. Exclusive to BMC Sports. Get 10% off your next purchase when you buy an O'Neill's Donegal jersey in-store or online. Check in-store for details. Brian McCormick Sports, Main Street, Letterkenny.
Nájé mail nar oin tú de chuire chun scág hástal potuige íana. Glíorín a hochtég a nád a cara cuig, a cara cuig a cuig a cuig. No túr cuairt bowlscreen.ie. Own HSE.
Okay, we've spoken on a number of occasions to Greencastle fisherman Liam O'Brien, just on various issues facing the fishing industry. This is slightly different, Liam. What did you come across there recently?
Good morning, Greg. No, we had a wee seal, and that come in around Christmas time onto the harbour. It had been under maybe a year old with the photographs we sent to Portaferry Seal Sanctuary. But we discovered that the seal had monofilament net around his neck and cutting in. It was actually growing into his neck. There was a large laceration to one side of his neck, and one of his flippers was bound up with the net. So it left him sort of, disability of swimming and get that there. So we were on to Portaferry where they offered if we got the seal captured, they would willingly come up and we get the net off him. So we one day we got a sort of a plan together and we watched where the net was caught around him. Another fisherman and myself got the net off him and it come off him like a jumper. But to get the thrust to get the seal, he started feeding. We were at the Heron at the time, and he started feeding. We played him off against the seagulls for a competition. He came in for competition for the food, so he started to come closer because he was getting nothing. We got the thrust of the seal. He started to feed out of my hand, and a number of other fishermen was doing the same. So he sort of come onto the harbour. He got the thrust of the fishermen in the harbour and a lot of other people, and we got the net off him, so he was basically healing. We're studying the progress, and we're hoping then he would likely go back out into the wild again. So, which he was ready to do. He was actually he's moving out of the harbour, out to the breakwater between up in the main pier, and he was starting to go out of the harbour. We're wondering how he'd go. We likely thought he would likely go with the next run of herring coming because there'd be a colony of seals will come with the herring. He'd likely take up with them because there was other seals way back was doing the same, coming in and they were a wee bit down and they needed they'd stay there, they would get fed and they would do the same. They take you would get the thrust in, they take the fish out of your hand.
And how long then had you had named him locally Zig? How long then had he sort of become a feature of the area, if you know what I mean, before the most recent events?
Well, there was people putting it up on their Facebook pages and all, and people got to know, and people was in the harbour then. They seen what was going on with the seal, and the seal was friendly. It would come up along the side of the harbour, and it wasn't actually feared of anybody. And that's the guilt I have. I give it too much trust, and it started getting out around, and people was coming to the harbour. Families were taking their children, and even the older people and even retired people here will be out doing their morning walks. The first thing they'll go over to what we call the Old Knolls to be over to see is he there. And even as recent as yesterday, there was a family of 4 come down there with their mother and father, and the first thing they made over to see was the seal there. And there was a couple from Derry that come down here for their walk, and they'd go over and they'd do the same. They'd have their grandchildren, they'd have their grandchild and all down with them. And they'd over, and I had to tell them. I hadn't. I told the parents, but I had to tell the older people. And even recently this morning, there's a retired Welsh couple there, and I had to tell them this morning. They were asking. I says I had to give them bad news, but look.
And the bad news is that Zig was shot.
The seal was shot. I fed the seal on the 8th of July because I was been down fishing prawns down in the Irish Sea. And the boat was not here. So the other fishermen, actually an Irish skipper, you'll see it on the back page of the Irish Skipper Fishing News. One of the other fishermen had he was feeding him and his father. And his father, no, we all fished. No, we had our issues with seals and that, the salmon, but the salmon's over. The seals didn't get rid of your salmon. Your government got rid of your salmon. But so, like, the seals were there, and it grew a bond. Actually, it changed an attitude to a lot of the fishermen here, and especially the onshore fishermen here. It grew a different attitude to them because they were all even as says, look, if you want fish, they're over in the freezer there. And they were getting herring, so we were getting the fish. So we'd leave fish there for even the children over there. We'd leave fish over. They want to cut them up because we didn't want to feed them too much. So if you're throwing every fish in, we'd cut them in half and let them share them out, but not give them the thing. But sure, he was working away with everybody in the harbour, and there was no bother. And he was throwing a tourist attraction. They were coming there, and look, I fish in other harbours in Clorhead, Kilkeel, and Howth. You wouldn't touch a seal. You wouldn't touch a seal because the fishermen will run you out of it. Seems to be an attitude.
I actually kind of thought that seals were kind of viewed as the enemy of the fishermen. But you're saying that's maybe of the past and not the way it is anymore.
It's not the way it is anymore. It's not the way it is. And there was always this myth that this seal would eat a squid a day. That is not the case. Maybe a large seal would maybe eat up to maybe 4 or 5 kilos of fish a day. That would be his diet. It's not. He doesn't eat his full weight. He does not eat his full weight. And the more you learn about it, and the more people and get into studying them and that there, and get the positive information. But that was like a scaremongering tactic that the fishermen that they were going to eat all the fish. It's never the case.
Okay.
And anybody with any knowledge and the experts will tell you that they don't even over in France. The fishermen now, the thing now, they can go out and take tourists out to the rocks and the colonies of seals, and it's not that issue at all.
Right. So, I mean, you see this as a criminal matter. You are or have reported it to the Gardaí?
Yeah. I have reported it. I'm due for an interview, I think, today with the guards because they're sort of busy there at the moment, and the station and the ball doesn't be open. I was up to seen the photographs, showed them the photographs, and to make a statement today.
I mean, what do you think happened here, Liam? Do you think someone just let off a shot from the shore for the crack, or do you think someone was trying to cull a zig, or what's your working theory? And you had obviously not mentioning any names or anything.
Like, I know there's a lot of rumours and this and that, but like one of the fishermen, which is entitled by law, it's guns licensed. He come and he told me, look, I'll give my gun up for ballistics and all the rest. He says to give him out, but he was disgusted. He was disgusted because it actually. It's sort of a shell shock thing of the salmon away back with seals, but it had sort of won him over too. And he was actually feeding them too when we were at the herring, reading out the nets with herring lining the nets. After we come on and land our catch, you'd be reading out the nets, they were feeding them. So you didn't go down the shore because we know, and looking at the whole thing, like you can't go down where with them all walk. The built-up area. I was done a confined space between the breakwater and that because it actually gassed up and it started floating, and there was people out in the boat on the Sunday after that, maybe I think it was the 12th, the 13th, and they said the seal was floating. It was dead.
So
but
you
it was
can kind of
floating
timeline it. That's probably about 8 to 9 days or something. Yeah.
Yes. The seal was floating between the harbour and the breakwater. So basically, it was spring tides, so the tides moved the one like they moved in. It moved up where people was walking the beach. People walked the shorefront, seen the seal, and some of them notified me about the seal.
Okay.
So I went up to investigate, and when I got up, it just broke my heart to see. No, it was sig.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. It's a sad old case.
He was starting to decompose and that there. So with animals and people walking the shorefront, so I had to bury him. and then they be walking short front just to see, because the gases will expel after a while as they decay, so the sand and that the stones over to keep the animals away. So he had to bury him up on the beach. But a lot of people here they're just devastated by what was done. And it's not the people in Greencastle or Mabul or that they're not that type of people that there's somebody in our community could do that. Like the day of the war of the seals is over, and get with the past, but it's not us up to dictate.
Okay, well, listen, it's a sad old story. It's a shame that someone found themselves. It's a shame someone did that. All right, we'll see if it ends up being the subject of an appeal or how seriously the Gardaí take it or what have you. But listen, thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it.
Greg, what a lot of people say is the best place should be that we've authors here. We don't see them during the day. They come out at night, and we have these seals in the harbour. There is a protection on the Mammal Act. We want an area and that to be protected for these seals coming on. If they do come on, look, we're not going to capture them. We'll feed them. We'll let them sort of wild, and that there, if they come on, they're supposed to be protected, and we're looking for an area for a protective area for the seals along here and the otters. They're a part of the marine life here, and as like the way the fishing is at the moment, like there's no young men coming on. We seen there yesterday, lucky enough, and I know the boys and that
Daniel
there.
and the crew.
They say Daniel and the fella Danny and them, and like me and Danny have fished for years, and the young boys are they're the last of the generation coming into the industry and the inshore industry. And look, we all have to work with the sea, but we all have to respect it too and respect what's on it.
All right then, listen, thanks so very much, Liam. I do appreciate it. And as I say, I didn't know the war with seals was over, and not that would in any way justify this type of action either, by the way, but it's an interesting angle from Liam, a local fisherman there.
The 9 till noon show with Letterkenny Credit Union, now offering mortgages from €40,000 to €600,000 with no hidden fees or transaction charges. Letterkenny Credit Union, 9102127.
On Sunday, Donegal and Kerry will run out onto the perfect surface at Croke Park. Creative Landscaping Works in Letterkenny know a thing or two about creating similar surfaces in gardens and businesses around the northwest, and wish Donegal all the very best of luck in the final on Sunday.
It's easy to feel trapped when you're dealing with mortgage arrears. The worry, sleepless nights, the impact on you and your family. But there is a way out.
Welcome. Come on in.
At Awalya, our door is always open. We're here to help and ready to listen. Get free, confidential support and practical advice to help you take control of the situation by visiting mabs.ie/Awalya. That's mabs.ie/Awalya. An initiative of the Government of Ireland.
The Easy Living Furniture Spectacular Summer Sale ends this Sunday. Everything's reduced in store and online with hundreds of sale specials across all departments, including sofa, dining, bedroom, mattresses, home accessories and garden furniture. And if that's not enough, we're offering free delivery on all orders over £499. Hurry, our spectacular summer sale ends this Sunday. Only at Easy Living Furniture, Crescent Link Retail Park, Derry, Londonderry.
This summer, whatever adventures you're planning, you can make them cleaner and greener with Certa HVO fuel. Right now, Certa is price matching HVO to diesel, so making the move to cleaner motoring is easy. Plus, every time you fill up with HVO at a Certa forecourt or depot, you could win great weekly prizes. And you may also be in with a chance to win a luxury family break at Foda Island Resort. So fuel up for cleaner, greener summer adventures with Certa HVO. For details and T's and C's, visit certaireland.ie/summer.
Are you female, currently unemployed and looking for a new career in construction? Rural Enterprise SkillNet is delighted to announce the next Women in Construction programme commencing September 1st in Letterkenny. For more information or to apply, visit ruralenterpriseskillnet.ie. Closing date for applications is August 12th with interviews on August 14th. This Rural Enterprise SkillNet programme is co-funded by the Government of Ireland and the European Union.
Highland Radio weather updates with McElhenney's. Find amazing savings across our departments with up to 50% off your favourite brands in our summer sale. Discover more in-store or shop online at mcelhenneys.com today.
So mostly dry today with areas of clouds, some sunny spells. A few showers may develop, but they're going to be very few and far between. Towards evening, though, it will become overcast. Maximum temperatures 18 to 20 degrees. Now, just to let you know that there's going to be a sensory screening of the game on Sunday. It's happening in eye care. They're going to have multiple screens showing the game, some silent rooms and some with sound. And they're providing a safe and secure area for people with sensory difficulties to be able to enjoy the match. Thanks to Agnes, who let me know about that. In Cartlough and Dunlewy, they're showing the match on the big screen, I am told. It's from 2 o'clock. There's no charge. Please take your own refreshments, but there'll be tea and coffee on the day. And also someone says, did the hedge cutter that we were talking about, the hedge cutter caught the Broadband outside Downings there? A caller says, did the hedge cutter cut all the flags in Downings too? Because there are very few visible. Ooh, bit of a dig there. I don't know where that might be coming from. Right, okay, let's go to Shane now, because I referenced this a little earlier on and we carried it on the news yesterday, and it is a suspicious approach of a young person. And as I say, very important to get that information out there. Shane, thanks for joining me. Good morning.
Good morning, Greg. How are you?
I'm good, all right. So what happened on Tuesday evening?
Tuesday, my daughter, she's 14, was out walking two dogs. We live in the Gortley area there, and she was walking down a kind of a block down by Ballyrain and back up again. And as she was coming back up from the kind of Gortley area there, before she got to Whitethorn Park, there was a man in a white car slowed down. She had headphones in, and he was kind of stopped. Now, she was walking up the road on the right-hand side footpath, so he was driving, obviously, on the left-hand side of the road, but he put down the driver's window, and he started to kind of call to her. And she took out the headphones to see what was going on, and he started to ask her, did she want a vape?
Mm-hmm.
And she said no. And he repeated that, did she want a vape again? And she said no. And then he started to ask her, did she want to get in the car with him? So she repeated, this happened a couple of times, and she was walking two dogs, and the dogs started to get agitated and to bark and to pull on the leads a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And this man drove on. He drove on up the road then, up towards the kind of College to Alley, up that direction.
And did she say he was trying to sort of be charming and ingratiate, or was he aggressive, or did it all happen so quick?
It wasn't aggressive. No, it wasn't aggressive. It kind of came on her a bit quickly, as right, and said she had the headphones in, but asked him did he want vapes, and she thought originally he was kind of trying to sell her a vape.
Yeah.
She's 14, did she want a vape? And she's like, no. And then she thought it was a bit odd, and then he beckoned her, or called her to get into the car with him. And it was at that stage she realised this is not right.
Something serious. So how did she describe him? What do we know about him?
What do we know about him? It broken English. And he was, I don't know what.
He wasn't Caucasian.
It wasn't Caucasian, no.
Yeah, okay, so he had broken
brown
English.
Skinned or
brown-skinned,
whatever you want to describe it,
And that doesn't mean he hasn't lived here for 20 years, but that's just an indicator for people to keep an eye out. And the car itself was what type of car? A white?
A Mazda. It was a 211 Dublin reg.
Right.
It was like a Mazda CX-30 or that type of thing.
So she's very observant. She's very observant to be able to pick up this info, which is good, which is important.
It was, and she was a bit annoyed with herself because she had her phone with her. She had the headphones in. She's listening to the music, and she's annoyed with herself that she didn't take a photo.
No, I think she's done all right between the description and the car. I think she's done well.
Yeah, well, she went up to the house anyway and started to tell me, and I was like, right, hang on a minute. And it was when I said, so I started to go through the details with her again, you know, and she's like, well, what's wrong, Daddy? And I was like, well, this is not right, you know. You know, so I said, we started to kind of write down a few bits and pieces, and I had to wait for my wife then to get home from work because I had other children in the house, and we just went straight up to the Garda station then.
And how seriously did they take it? Because they got good information there from your daughter.
He was very confident that their system would spit out something, you know, because the fact that the Mazda Jeeps aren't that, or the small Jeep type thing, they're not that popular, and white, and the fact she had the 211 Dublin rage, you know, would seriously narrow it down. But I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Yeah, okay. Well, they say to us that Gardaí have confirmed that inquiries are ongoing into a suspicious approach in Letterkenny. It's understood a young girl was approached by a man. We've mentioned all of that. And the man's alleged to have asked the girl to get into the vehicle. But you know your daughter. She's switched on. And she was able to tell you the details without fear. And I think it was only when she was chatting that the penny dropped. So that's how you can be so sure of her,
that's
her
exactly
account.
it. Yeah,
exactly. All right. Okay. Well, if anyone else has any further details, I mean, obviously the Gardaí are the people to get in touch with. No adult male driving a vehicle should be approaching any young person, regardless of their motivations, asking them if they want a vape, or certainly if they don't, do they want to get into the car. That is incredibly troubling, and whomever is responsible needs to have a very stern talking to at the very least, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, okay. Listen, thanks for that. I do appreciate it, Shane.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
All right, see you soon. Thanks for helping us get the message out there. Any similar approaches around the area, similar vehicles? As I say, it's really good. It's good information that is there. Shane's daughter, obviously, very mature, very observant. So we'll get an update from Gardaí, of course, but maybe there's been other approaches. Does someone do that once? Is that just they do it once and then they go, I'm not doing it again? Or are they serial offenders, if I could use that word? A caller says €150 for a season ticket. It covers all your National League games, but you still have to pay for all your Ulster Championship and All Ireland sales tickets. I think you get €5 for the price, but still paid full price for the All Ireland final and the Ulster final. Yeah, but you get your ticket. That's that thing. I mean, that actually, I didn't sort of know what the price might be. So you get, it covers your National League games, which obviously there's more interest in them. They're sellouts now in some cases. But you still have to pay for your Ulster Championship and All Ireland senior tickets. It sounds, I think, for anyone who doesn't want to go through this again, and I know I'm throwing figures out there like it's nothing, but I think it's, I think that's probably a good investment. The GEA should be ashamed and embarrassed, says the listener. It's ridiculous not enough tickets given out to the local clubs, the amount of people looking for tickets and can't get any. I don't know what the shortfall is between applications and how many tickets come into the county. So between season tickets and club applications, it's around 15,000. That's what's coming into Donegal. In terms of those who are trying to source tickets through clubs who are members of those clubs, and you could say entitled to a ticket, I don't know what the figure is. Right, I discussed that. A caller says the original Donegal colours were green and orange, and I don't think it should have been changed to yellow. There you go. How far back is that? I probably should know, but anyway, I don't off the top of my head. Right, so tomorrow's Donegal Day here on the 9 O'Clock Noon Show, and hopefully across the region. I mean, you don't need us to encourage you. Obviously, you're leading out the amazing support for our amazing group of lads heading down to Dublin on Saturday to hopefully go all the way on Sunday. So tomorrow we are kind of easing off the serious pedal. We're going to lean into it big time. I'm going to have my Donegal jersey on. I'm going to be on the bandwagon. We've got loads of live music. Caroline's going to have a jersey on. I mean, if you've got one that she will take a free one. If she gets a free one, she'll wear it. Okay, so if you want your business mentioned, get a shirt up here to Caroline. She will wear it tomorrow. We'll post a picture of it on Facebook and give you a plug. It's not that she's tied by any stretch. It's just to get her in the mood. That's what we're looking to do. So that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. And throughout the day, of course, there's going to be loads of activities. We build up to the biggest day that we've seen in sport in this county for a very, very long time. Saturday night, get along to the D2 in Saturday night, get along to the D2 in Dublin, of course, at the Hardcourt. Oisín's going to be there, Brendan Devaney there, loads of chat, loads of music. I'm going to call across if possible. Then on Sunday morning from 11 o'clock, join me in the Bonington for another 2 hours of analysis, chat and crack, and get your breakfast there as well. It's 20 quid and all you can eat breakfast. You don't have to be resident in the hotel, and you don't actually have to have the breakfast either, of course. Just come along, say hi. We can all walk down to Croke Park together. And then on Monday, I don't know what we're doing. It all depends on how the day goes. I mean, if we win, we'll have better access to reaction and content. I've been told we might do the show from there. Maybe Oisín can join me for a bit of a two-hander. I sent a text to Aisling about 20 minutes ago along these lines. I'm not going to lie, the text back wasn't necessarily positive, if the truth be told. But we'll be okay, everyone. We'll be okay. So if we win, we might stay down and do the show from Monday because, as I say, we'll be able to get loads of reaction and have loads of time for that and for your reaction and for your conversation as well. But that's all up in the air, and we're not planning anything too firm because we just simply don't know yet, and we don't want to count those chickens because the little buggers haven't hatched yet. But anyway, be that as it may, don't forget the build-up continues throughout the day, regularly on air. You've got the school show tonight from Glenswilly with Oisín. You've got Oisín down in Dublin then tomorrow evening from the D2. I'm coming from the Bonington. Full live match commentary of the game on Sunday as well. The build-up and the throw-in, the post-match reaction. And fingers crossed, if we win, we might even do a very special show, 9 till noon show from Dublin on Monday morning as well. But that's all still in the mix. All right, it's good, isn't it? Isn't it nice that we've got something positive to talk about and it's given us a lift? And for once, all the headlines about Donegal are all positive.